And now for something completely different.
And welcome to the Kings of Sport podcast, the program changing the game one show at a time, aka iTunes' longest running weekly episodic sports program, produced and hosted by two or more African Americans that are not affiliated with a major network. We are back, y'all, and better than ever for a very special edition of the show. We're going to talk a little NBA. We're going to talk about the association. We're going to talk some WNBA as we just witnessed the draft this week, as well as a blockbuster trade that went down in the league. And of course, we are on that road to WrestleMania, like the final bit of the road to WrestleMania. So we're going to talk about our excitement level as a collective for the showcase of the Immortals taking place in Vegas this coming weekend. So before we get into the end of that, got to let you know who we are. I, of course, am the Godfather, Nate Milton. Over 10 years in the game, not a damn thing has changed. I am still your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster, and I am joined by some folks that you know and love. First up, you know, we on this road to WrestleMania. Your GPS might be acting up. That's okay, because you might end up uptown, midtown, even somewhere outside of town. But this brother is always going to be around. Y'all give it up for Gerard Downtown Brown. What's good, brother?
What's good? Happy to talk about my number one leading the East Pistons, Detroit basketball, if you will. Stand up. We going for the championship. We'll see if we can get there. I don't know if OKC can get it done since they lead in the West, but we'll see. But you know, I'm starting to get more when I can start talking more basketball. That's how you know wrestling been dropping the ball. So we'll get into that as well as into any other thoughts I might have. I might have poked my way onto WNBA.com to do some research as well. So.
Hey, we gonna talk about it. Some big things going down in both the MNBA as well as the WNBA, so we gonna get into it. But of course, we have another member of the team joining us. In fact, he is Gerard's tag team partner from Ring Theory. He's running the production today because we ain't gonna put nobody out there, Gerard. But you know, let's just say somebody decided not to show up, but it's okay. It's all love.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top Lexus cruising the streets.
Somebody took the company car for a spin. With Jay Lacey is here. Main event. Jay Lacey is in the building. What's good, brother?
What is going on? How's everybody doing tonight, man? I can't wait to talk about everything we're going to get into, man. And spoiler alert, I watched the WNBA draft. I skipped Raw. I'm not going to lie to you. I
can't blame you.
You know what I did? I'm going to be honest with you. I listened to John and Way recap Raw, and I made the right choice.
Yeah. Outside of a couple segments, Raw was pretty forgettable, which is wild for your final edition of your flagship program heading into your biggest show of the year.
Right.
Shouldn't be ho-hum.
Shouldn't be ho-hum, but it was. And we'll talk about it later on in the program because we all obviously have thoughts about this road to WrestleMania, which is nearing its final destination. But before we get into that, we're going to talk some hoops. As Gerard alluded to, the playoffs have begun. We saw some interesting action in the playing games, and now the field is set. The field is set, Jay. And let's start. You know what? Since Gerard is happy and excited and enthusiastic to talk about his Detroit Pistons, let's start in the East, man, because you've got some interesting storylines kind of lining up in the East. Of course, Detroit, the number 1 seed. You got the Knickerbockers who are trying to redeem themselves from last year. The Celtics with I wouldn't say full strength lineup because I still think Jason Tatum is kind of 80% maybe of what he normally is. But you got the Celtics who've got some enthusiasm since Tatum came back. You got my Atlanta Hawks who are out here shocking the world. Jay Lacey after the trade of Trae Young and doing big things with this group of baby birds out there. Trying to think, is there anybody else in the East that we need to highlight or show love to? I think those to me, well, Cleveland, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think those are the 5 teams you kind of got to look at in this playoffs. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the Atlanta Hawks, the New York Knicks, the Boston Celtics, and the Detroit Pistons. So out of all these 5 teams, who do we think has the best shot of coming out of the conference? We already know where Gerard's at, so we'll come back to him in a second. Jay Lacey, if you were a betting man, if you was on FanDuel or BetMGM or one of these sites, who would you be putting your hard-earned money on to come out of the Eastern Conference?
It's going to be between Detroit, because I've been riding with Cade Cunningham the entire season. This man has been putting up MVP type numbers. This man, he can do it all. He's a 6'10" point guard who can pass. He's got vision. He can rebound and he can score. He sets his players up phenomenally. I mean, what he's been doing, for the past, few seasons, developing into this player that he is right now. He's if I had a vote, he'd be my MVP, point blank. I think the Celtics have a good shot because Jason Tatum coming back is a great feel-good story. I mean, I'll take an 80% Jason Tatum over a lot of players in the league. I'm not going to single anybody out.
I was waiting for you to name names.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I better not go there. But Jason Tatum,
I was waiting for the Kawhi Leonard slander.
No, I'm not going to disparage anybody yet. It's still early in the show, so we still got some time. But I mean, 80% Jason Tatum is better than a lot of people on other people's rosters, right? So, I'll take that. Plus, I mean, even without Jason Tatum, you had a player like Peyton. Oh my gosh, Peyton Pritchard, yeah, who was in the starting lineup, launching threes. I mean, having a career year, going back to the bench and still being able to contribute, at a high level. And they picked up the dude from the Bulls, Vucevic. Like it's an embarrassment of riches over there in Boston, and I'm not a Boston fan at all. I hate giving Boston their props, but they're a great squad, well coached. But I mean, I'm gonna pick Detroit simply because I can't root for Boston.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like the only thing to me that disqualifies Detroit is the same reasoning I would have used to disqualify OKC last year, Jay, and that's the experience factor, where you got a lot of young guys on this team. They're very well coached, man, because I thought Bickerstaff should have got Coach of the Year last year. He's done a hell of a job with him this year, man. Cade, as you mentioned, like I think the biggest thing for Gerard's Pistons is when Cade was out, the team didn't fold. And you had guys step up and you had players take on new leadership responsibilities. And now that you add Cade back to this team that's had to weather that storm, I think that bodes well for them in the postseason. When you look at the Celtics, man, they're always going to be dangerous. Like you said, Jaylen Brown doing his thing. Peyton Pritchard, to me, I knew, I had a feeling, man. I think it was either last year's playoffs or the playoffs before, where Peyton Pritchard was just kind of like this off the bench sharpshooter. And I was like, uh-oh, man, they done found him another one. And you know what I mean when I say Boston done found him another one. One of them scrappy players first in the gym last to leave. Like a coach on the floor, one of them players the Celtics fan base can fall in love with. But beyond all that, he's actually a good player as well. And he's really started to mature this season. I like Boston a lot. New York is the team that really kind of interests me.
That's the one. Yeah.
We're going to like this Falcons. The Falcons wish they could be in the NBA playoffs. They wish they could be in any playoffs. The Hawks-Knicks series, to me, is going to be an interesting one because Atlanta, much like Detroit, is a young team, and I think the difference between Atlanta and Detroit is they don't have that guy yet. Like, yeah, Dyson Daniels, to me, is a guy that's on the rise, on the come-up. You know, you got some veterans in there with, like, C.J. McCollum. Aniko Okongwu is like I think it's too late now because he was the guy I was like for years. That's the dude the Lakers should be targeting because kid played at USC, can get you boards, doesn't need to have offense run for him. But I think Atlanta's still probably a player or two away from taking that next step. But the Knicks, to me, are the team that, like, I think the Knicks, Gerard, are the team with the most pressure. Because if they don't do it and they traded all these picks, they spent on all these contracts. If the Knicks don't do it this year, after bringing in Mike Brown to be the new head coach because they kicked Tibbs out the door, I think the Knicks might have to blow this team up.
Let me ask you, with them having home court advantage for the first two games, do you think with the Hawks being a young team, that New York energy, that New York, we got to have that championship, does that wear on the Hawks for that game? Does that a young team, like a young wrestler, like we've seen this happen with people before, a Zhang Wei Li, she unexpectedly booed by a Florida crowd, that then played into her head and she could not then perform. Do you think that then hurts the Hawks in those first two games, not even having a home court advantage until game 3?
I think it hurts the Hawks in the sense that they don't have a Trae Young. I think this is where you miss Trae Young. Because Trae Young, whatever you want to say about, you know, his lack of defense or, you know, some of his advanced stats, like I think Trae Young was the perfect leader for that Hawks team at the stage that they were in, who could go into New York and almost like Reggie Miller back in the day, he didn't care about getting booed. He didn't care how rabid the crowd was. He was there to make little kids cry because he beat their team so bad. And I think they don't have a killer like that. Like Dyson Daniels is a good player. Zachary Richard is a good player, but he's French. The beef is still real between me and France. When it comes to you thought just because we let Wemby in, it was over. It's never over. Nothing is over until we say it's over. But no, man, I think that series will probably go. If I had to bet money, I would say 6 with the Knicks winning. Just because of the experience factor, and the Knicks have a guy like Jalen Brunson who can take over a game if necessary in a way that I don't know if the Hawks have that guy yet.
The Hawks got, CJ McCollum is the calming voice, I would think, that would be in the locker room. You got Jalen Johnson as well, too.
Yeah.
Also, Nickeil Alexander-Walker is another player, right, who's been heating up lately. So I think the pressure is going to be on the Knicks, honestly, because, let's be honest. Mike Brown, he's not my favorite head coach. You know what I'm saying? I still have the memories of him coaching the Lakers and not enjoying that whole series and of events and that happening. I don't have beef with Mike Brown because the man don't know me, but not my favorite coach.
Mike
right now.
Brown to me looks like the high school basketball coach that suddenly had to become the principal because the principal and the vice principal got sick. So they're like, "Who's next? Coach Brown, you be the principal." And he's like, Okay, I don't. All right, let's do this. Like he's a capable coach, but I feel like with the Lakers and with the Knicks, those are two jobs where you got to be more than a capable coach. You got to be a Pat Riley, a Phil Jackson, like somebody like that.
Right. And so my thought is, I mean, you want your team to take on the personality of your coach, or at least that's how I was brought up, right? So I haven't figured out exactly what that personality of the Knicks is, because they're not with Tibbs. You knew that team was going to have like, you know, a tough defense. They're going to go like all 4 quarters, and there was not going to be any softness to their game. This year, they're vulnerable. They're right for the picking, and I think that the Hawks can actually be that team to knock them off that pedestal. And if that happens, you're right. I think they're going to blow up the Knicks, and no one's going to be happy from New York for a long, long time, because it took them this long to get back to this kind of playoff form, and they haven't been back to the finals since '99. So good luck.
Imagine this team if they had actually hired Dawn Staley when they had interviewed her. This would have been a crazy season.
I mean, she shows more fire than Mike Brown sometimes. I mean, and that's no shade to her, because I mean, dude, she, and I mean this in the most respectful way. She a dog. She coached. I mean, dude, if she gave me a hype up on the sideline, I'm running through a brick wall too. You know,
see Dawn Staley after the game. I'm gonna beat JJ Redick's ass. I'm gonna beat JJ Redick's ass.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. So the pressure, I think, is on New York for this. I mean, if they go down 0-2, we're gonna have the best of Stephen A. Smith coming up the following day. And I'm looking forward to it.
A crash out Stephen A.
Yes.
All right, Gerard, let's talk about your damn Detroit Pistons, man. The number 1 seed in the conference, the odds-on favorite at the time of this podcast to win the East. What are your thoughts on your team, brother?
It's been a long road back. It's so cold in the D. How are we supposed to keep peace? But over these years, we have, as you have seen with our Detroit Lions, had a horrible season. The vision was there because we were rebuilding. And that's a horrible season after years of pretty much my existence of us not going back to the NFC. That's in the NFL. Now, you see the Pistons. I ain't seen us do nothing since I was in middle school. I graduated in 2010. Like, it's been a hot minute. Like, I ain't seen. I watched the destruction and the demise of the Pistons go year after year. We was there, and we made it to the finals the next year and lost, and then we made it to the conference finals, and then we lost, and then it just kind of started to fall apart every year after that. And then all of a sudden, Blake Griffin's here. Hey, how you doing, Blake? Blake's here? Blake's gone. Okay, hey, see you, Blake. We literally have AI here for such a quick moment that, like, hey, I lost him too. I don't know where he went. And so we kind of just have been sitting on this team that has struggled to find that place in the NBA. And it's been sometimes a middling team, then it would fall and be one of the worst teams in the league. But through, once again, rebuilding, putting this team together. It's not just Cade, but Cade holds the whole piece together. And it's probably through practices, it's through what they do, it's the coaching. And I'm not the sports guy. But I took my mom and my girlfriend to a game because I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get them together. I'm trying to make sure everything's peaceful between those two. Hey, enjoy yourself. We got a basketball game. Y'all can like this, right? We can like this together, everybody. Everybody had a good time. Cade cutting up out there. We doing it was the last game of the whole season, and we blowing people out. And that's the thing. I show up to a Pistons game and we blowing people out. We played Indianapolis, and yeah, I get it. We got a man with a surgery. He's down there.
Halliburton.
Halliburton. I couldn't get his name out. He in the game last year. Couldn't even think about it. Like Halliburton, he over here. He limping around in the Little Caesars Arena. I'm like, cool, but we blown their team out, and that was in December. My homegirl came up from Indianapolis because she in love with him. Okay, cool. We all came to the game. She came to the game so she could watch her team get blown out. Bam. Okay, cool. I bring my mom, my girlfriend to a game. We watching. I can't even remember who played, but they got blew out. I know that. The Milwaukee Bucks. We played Milwaukee Bucks. I do believe.
That's another story.
Beat them boys so bad, Doc Rivers was like, I'm good. I don't want to coach no more.
Final year. I'm good.
This man Giannis wanting to go back to Greece like that.
But it's not just about, it's not super, super flashy, but it's entertaining basketball. It's great defense. It's a fun fan experience to come and be a part of. You got the city actually coming alive for it. And that's the thing. When our teams grow in Detroit, the city comes back for it too. You can see the city rise with them too, like a phoenix from the flames. We are rising, but more like a piston from the flames. We are rising to do our thing, man. So I'm hoping to see us go to the finals this year. I'm hoping to see us close the deal because I cannot see what I saw with my Lions. I cannot watch that despair. Because if they lose in the first round of this, I'm throwing my glasses to the ground. I'm screaming at the sky. I'm like, John Moxley!
The crazy thing about this Pistons team is who the Cleveland Cavaliers thought they were, in my opinion. Because they made a big deal about getting rid of J.B. Bickerstaff because he could only take the team to a certain level. And then the following season is like, oh, the level that we thought we was going to get past, we still at that level. So let's get rid of some of these players. Darius Garland, you got to go. Let's bring in James Harden, not only to get some veteran leadership on the team, but also to boost the income at the gentlemen's clubs in the greater Cleveland metro area.
That's an economic development move right there.
Yes, that was a stimulus package for the area. But when you look at what Coach Bickerstaff has done in Detroit, like, yes, obviously Cade Cunningham is a great young star. But to me, it's what he's done with the rest of this team. And you got to give a lot of credit to that front office and just building a team around a star without spending so much money that you kind of hamstring yourself. And like they're a team built on defense. They're a team built on connectivity on the offensive end of the floor. It's very much like they looked at that Pistons team that won a championship back when Gerard was in the 10th grade or whatever. And they was like, you know what? We can do that, but let's just modernize it. Instead of Chauncey Billups, we got Cade. Instead of, Ben Wallace, we got Jalen Duren and some of these other players in the paint. Because I remember for a while, you mentioned some of the names of the players that came in and out of Detroit. They were on the Torrey Craig carousel for a while, and nobody wants to be on the Torrey Craig carousel because he's a fine player. But he ain't like Torrey Craig, Duncan Robinson. These are all fine players who, because of the economics of the NBA, are getting like $10 million a year, which is probably at least $3 or $4 million too much per year. Not the pocket watch, but I'm just saying. Even in 2K, I'm like, I'm not paying you, Torrey Craig, for what you asking. But they got rid of that mercenary model that they were on. We're gonna bring in this free agent. He's not going to help us. Let's get rid of him. Let's bring in this next free agent. They got rid of that, and they started to develop their own players, and they went through the draft, and they made some smart free agency acquisitions. And so I think Detroit is a scary team. Cleveland, like when you look at the other side of the coin, like Cleveland is like looking at Detroit like Dolph Ziggler back in the day. It should have been me. It should have been me that was number one. And I think Cleveland is a better team with Harden versus Garland, but I don't know if that means that I see them getting out of the East. I see Cleveland probably going as far as maybe the conference finals, if that.
I can see that too, because I love the comparison that you put as far as like a a roster full of of signed assassins, if you will, right? Because I mean, you got like a Dennis Schroeder, who's a good player in his own right if he had his own team, but he hasn't had his own team since it's been a minute. It's just the Hawks, it's been a minute, right? So you got him, you got like, James Harden, who's, who I think he's lost a little bit of a step, but I think he can still contribute to the Cavs, as far as facilitating the ball. I do see them losing in the conference finals. I don't see them going to the NBA finals at all, but this team has had the potential to go ahead and do that without James Harden, before that move was made. So, and to see them, kind of solidify what that rotation looks like. I mean, they've got all the pieces, but fortunately or unfortunately for Cleveland, Detroit's had a heck of a year. Boston just reloaded. There can only be one. So we'll see how. I'm excited to see how the East shakes out. And that's the first time I've said that in a long time.
And I don't want to, I'm the person that questions an athlete's toughness, because just to be on that field, just to be on that stage, you have to be tougher than 90% of the human beings walking this planet. Mm-hmm. But I will say, in the context of the sport, okay, there's levels to toughness and there's levels to that grit. And, it brings me back to one of my favorite bad movies, The Replacements. Y'all ever seen The Replacements? Keanu Reeves, Gene Hackman, Orlando Jones. There's a part towards the end of the movie, Gerard, where they asking the coach, Gene Hackman, on the sideline, like a couple of the real players came back, including the quarterback, and so they had to sit the scrubs. And Keanu Reeves was the scrub quarterback. They was like, "Hey, you can't even be out here no more, cuz we got the real quarterback back." And the real quarterback was messing up the game. He wasn't working with the other players. And then they said, "Gene Hackman, coach, what's this team got to do to get back in this game?" And he was like, and they was like, "What does that mean, coach?" He's like, "What are you saying, coach? We got to have heart and miles of it." And then he walks off. And then Keanu Reeves is on his boat in the bay somewhere in DC, Gerard, and sees this message and somehow gets from the boat to the game within 15 minutes for halftime. I don't know how that works in DC traffic, but we're gonna go with it. But I feel like when you bring in James Harden, that's not a heart move. Like, James Harden, great player, gonna be a Hall of Famer, but he's not the guy to bring discipline and heart and grit and culture to a team, in my opinion.
Different type of culture.
Yes.
So you're saying he's not the linchpin?
No, he's not James Harden, to me, at this point in his career, is a nice luxury. Like, if your team is set and has a culture already cultivated, then you can bring a James Harden in to put you over the top. I don't think when Cleveland made the move to get rid of Darius Garland, to me, they're saying we got to win now, and I don't think this is the team that is ready to win now as it's currently constructed.
I agree.
They beat the Pistons on March 3rd, but do you think the Pistons have learned enough to come back and beat them?
Now, like I said, I think Cleveland will get out of the first round, but then after that, I wouldn't put any stock in them. Like, could they get to the Eastern Conference Finals? Sure. I think Boston, Cleveland, New York, Detroit, Atlanta, like, you can make reasonable cases for all of them to advance far in that conference. But I would put my faith in no particular order, Detroit, Boston, and maybe New York. Because, like, New York to me is the most interesting of the three. Because, again, like, this feels like not only are they playing for the Eastern Conference Championship, not only are they playing for the NBA Championship, but they are playing for the whole blueprint. Because, again, if they lose in the first or second round, I think it's a wrap for all of them.
Back to formula.
They just gonna hit the reset button. Like, you know what? We ain't even playing this game no more. Just reset. like they in the online lobby and they just quit. Like, you know what? We're not even doing this no more. We just turn off the PlayStation and go outside and walk around for a few minutes.
Spawn themselves back into lottery picks.
But speaking of lottery picks, let's go over to the other side, the Western Conference, which to me is always crazy interesting because, you got Wemby, lottery pick out here. You got LeBron James, obviously, lottery pick, fighting for his life against these damn Houston Rockets. You got You got Nikola Jokic, who was a second-round pick, out here doing big things with the Nuggets. And, of course, you got the reigning, defending, undisputed NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and them boys. Is it a foregone conclusion that we are headed for OKC versus San Antonio? Or do you think Denver or the Rockets or somebody else could spring up and maybe surprise some folks, Jay?
This is what makes the West so interesting, is because anybody can come outside the West except for the Trailblazers. They're not gonna do it. They're just a formality. They're like the sacrificial lamb, unfortunately. But I mean, I think the OKC could do it. I would be very interested in seeing the Spurs, the San Antonio Spurs. As a Laker fan, this Houston one is going to be a very tough out, because I mean, you've got LeBron, but he's like a 40-plus-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have his A1 or A2 with him. I mean, Austin Reeves is still sidelined. Luka, they say he could come back Friday, or he could make it back to practice Friday in time for the game on Saturday.
Practice.
But still, he's not going to be at 100%. He's a defensive liability, and the game slows down in the playoffs. So you got a whole bunch of things going against the Lakers. But I do like the most intriguing first round match. I do like is the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets. I think that's going to be a one to set the tone, because you got, the Nuggets who were champions 3 seasons ago, against a young, hungry, Minnesota team with Anthony Edwards, who's been balling out of control. I like the team that he's got built around him. So that one's going to be like the playoff matchup for the first round. You can't miss that one. But back to your question originally, it's too early to say. I don't know. There's at least five teams that could come out of the West, and but I think we could get, like, in the Western Finals, Spurs, OKC, and get your popcorn ready. That's going to be a series.
It's crazy that you mentioned Minnesota, because I forgot I'm doing the kind of rundown, but I think that's quietly become one of the best rivalries in the West in the playoffs. When you look at Minnesota and Denver the last few seasons, and Anthony Edwards, obviously one of the young faces of the league, but I don't know if they have enough, because Denver's really put it together this back half of the season. Your man Jokic is like always like a walking triple-double as soon as he steps, and he don't even like basketball. Let's stop the foolishness.
Nah, he don't like
ladies
basketball.
and gentlemen. This man is just doing his job. Much like Gerard, when you doing your job at the school, man. Jay, when you doing your job, when I'm doing my job, this man is doing a job. He don't like this game. He would rather be out with his horses, riding his horses around the racetrack. That's what the man, that brings that man joy. The NBA is just a job for that brother, but it's like, damn, he is out here just doing a triple-double at, excelling at the thing he likes second or third most in his life. And he's one of the greatest players we've ever seen. I am expecting OKC and San Antonio to be the matchup, but I think Denver's got something to say. You mentioned the Lakers, LeBron out here like Steve Rogers at the end-to-end game.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't got none of his people with him, Gerard. He got a broken, beat-up Shield, because the Shield 41 years old. He just like, I got to do this shit again. And then you got Luka limping in from Germany or wherever he was at, getting them shots, talking about LeBron on your left. But I don't think that's going to be enough. It was enough in the movies when Sam Wilson came through and brought the whole crew. But unless Luka is bringing Austin Reeves back with him, maybe even Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I think it's going to be a quick series. They're not going to sweep LeBron. LeBron got too much pride. LeBron might have a game where he just goes off. And just like, I'm not going to let us lose this game. I'm not going to let us get swept. But I do feel like at best, the Lakers push it to 6, depending on Luka's health and availability. But at worst, it's a gentleman's sweep, man. And it's sad because the Lakers were playing so good before those guys got hurt.
They did have a good squad. They had a good year altogether, and then all of a sudden, 2 weeks before the season, the injury demon just started wrecking shop.
It's on you now, Bronny.
Oh no.
Hey. Father and son can bring it around.
What if, you know what? We talk about WWE booking. What if this is Adam Silver in his bag? Just like, you know what? We about to lose LeBron. We got to elevate the next LeBron. Like, oh, you mean Anthony Edwards? Nah, son. Nah. oh, Wembanyama, right? Wembanyama. No. He's French. We can't elevate that. You mean Jokic? No, he don't even care about this. This is just a day job for him. I'm talking about Bronny. What if this opening round series is the Bronny James coming out party and Bronny drags his daddy to the second round?
Hey, LeBron, come here. Don't tell anybody this. Listen, I got this kid coming out. Don't say nothing. I got this kid coming out. He's gonna do this. Shoot him over here. Hit that. Boom. Hit finish. Yep. LeBron James Jr. That's where we're going. That's where we're going. All right. Don't tell JJ. Don't tell JJ. No. Crazy word.
No. Luka doesn't know. Luka doesn't know.
Should we let Luka know?
No. I'll tell him myself.
Yeah, man. I hope it's at least competitive, man. Because here's the other thing. Doesn't matter which of those teams wins, they're gonna get smoked in the second round, I fear.
Okay, then let me say this. Overall, both coasts, who is your sports story team of this playoff season? And it could be one of them playoff teams as well. Well, who is your sports story team? Because I'm going with the Lakers personally. Y'all laugh, but hey, I saw Rey Mysterio after knee surgery get together with his son Dominic Mysterio and win those tag team titles off of the Usos, what some regard as the greatest tag team of all time. So if they could do that, they could beat OKC again. So Lakers can beat OKC, and they can make, maybe they don't make it all the way to the end. We could get the hopeful graphic in the finals, and like, hey, Bronny and LeBron went off and they had a great time at Disneyland, even though they lost. Like the Detroit Pistons won, again beating the Lakers in the finals as always. Professor Chris is upset because his Lakers then lost again to Detroit. And he's going to have some rant about how trash Detroit's team was and how his team had all these injuries and all these L's and all these arbitrage against them. This time when Detroit won, and I'd love to see the Lakers get all the way to the end so they can lose again. But hey, who am I?
That'll be the final post credit after Detroit beats the Lakers. Like they'll do all the confetti, and Adam Silver will give the Pistons a trophy, and then they'll just air the credits, and then afterwards just come back up to this empty arena with just a lonely janitor sweeping up confetti off the floor, and you see LeBron and Bronny just sitting there, and Bronny's like, "I'll do it myself this time." Fine. Like, woo! Bronny James origin story.
So he really does the Mysterio storyline and turns his back on his dad.
You're a deadbeat dad. You did it with everybody else, but you couldn't do it with me, Dad. You couldn't get me a championship, Dad.
Send me back down to the G League again.
I'll show you a G League.
I'll show you.
That's gonna be the invasion angle. It'll be like Bronny James. He'll bring up his brother Bryce. Like, wait a minute, the G League is attacking the Lakers. Is that Mac McClung?
It's the Nexus invasion.
Wait a minute, that's one of the Antetokounmpo brothers.
Triple I invasion.
The Nassus, no.
They're attacking the inside the NBA set. Hey, they're poking Charles Barkley with his time. Chill out. What's happening?
They try to do the lawn dart spot with Shaq, but he's too big.
Just falls into the
My
tree.
God, this man has a family.
It turns out Ernie Johnson was actually the one funding the invasion. He's there, Eric Bischoff.
This is far more entertaining than what WWE is producing.
It is. One last thing on the NBA. Let's go around the horn and predict the finals matchup, because I think, to Gerard's point, there are some interesting stories. Like, I think LeBron, just at this age, LeBron is an interesting story. Steph Curry, what they're trying to do at his age is an interesting story, as we see kind of the last gasps of this empire that reigned like 5-10 years ago. But who do you have as your finals matchup, and who do you have winning it all? And let's start with Jay.
To steal something from Unc, he said this a while back. OKC, UFC, KFC, Lakers in 5. Totally kidding. I just wanted to say that because that's hilarious to me. It popped me. But I really think that, unfortunately, I think the title's coming out of the East this year. And Gerard turned down that smile. Just kidding. I think it's going to be Detroit probably coming out of it. If it's not Detroit, it's going to be the Celtics. But I'm rooting for Detroit, honestly.
Let's go.
Okay, so 1 for Detroit. Let's see. I am going to go next, and I think, we have not had a repeat champion in the NBA for a while. Is this the year that drought gets broken? No, it's not. We have a new Western Conference champion, and as much as it pains me, because me and this nation still beefing, I feel like Wemby gets the Spurs to the NBA Finals, where they meet up. This is going to be the fun part right here. The Spurs meet up with the Knicks. And here's why. Because I'm not a New York Knickerbockers fan, but I want the hurt to be as deep as possible. So I want the Knicks to get all the way to the finals, have the trophy within their grasp, Gerard, and lose in 4. No, you know what? Gentlemen sweep. Lose in 5 games to Wemby and them boys. The San Antonio Spurs are your champions this year. And that's not a prediction, Gerard. That's a spoiler.
That's spoken like a true villain right there. I love it.
Like, what caused the most pain for this fan base? Damn, we done beat the Pistons. We done beat the Hawks. We made it. This our year. Oh, damn. We got beaten 5 by the Spurs. What is your biased pick, Gerard?
So, I would love to say the Lakers are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to use not the wrestling logic brain to my side, but like the more, I was going to put some money on this side. It's between OKC and the Spurs, and I'm like, which one? We lost to both, so I'm trying to lean which one would I rather see that rematch in for the finals. And we lost to the Spurs instead of getting that repeat back in the day. After the Lakers, we lost to the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Duncan and all the mugs down there. So they're not there no more, but the new generation can run it back for that revenge.
Okay.
So we could get that in, or we could run it back with OKC. And I think I like the Spurs a little bit more than OKC, but I digress. Nonetheless, the Pistons will win this. If it has to be 7, I don't care. It's a championship.
Okay.
And that's the T.
Okay. Gerard taking a page out of the Seattle Seahawks playbook when they finally got their revenge against the Patriots, even though none of them Patriots still on the team, except for Mike Vrabel, who was on the Super Bowl team.
That's another story.
We're not going to talk about what else he may or may not have been doing during Super Bowl week with a reporter out there on these streets. It's crazy.
Yeah. Wild.
It's
wild.
Man, listen, man. Listen. We look. Part of me wants to spend like 20 minutes talking about that, but we got other stuff to do, fellas. We got other stuff to do. To talk about Mike Vrabel and what happened or may or may not have happened with Diana Rossini. We ain't gonna get into that.
Allegedly.
Always look, they was just
Allegedly.
Friends hug, man. Platonic friends can hug. You reading too much into the pictures, Jay.
Hey, friends interlock sometimes too, you know.
to be fair though to Coach Vrabel and Diana Rossini, everything looks worse when it's shot from like one of them photographic cameras, like from a distance. Like I could just be shaking Jay's hand and it would look like we were doing a drug deal from that photographic lens. There's something sinister about the photographic lens.
You just know who's at the other end of that camera saying, "Gotcha."
That's what I want to know. Who was taking? Was it TMZ? Was it like a private investigator that was following them? Who was taking these pictures?
It wasn't even shot from an iPhone either. That's crazy, man.
Somebody went to the camera store, bought an old school camera with the telephotographic lens.
Mm-hmm.
Back up there with a tripod. Like, okay, just waiting all day outside this resort. Just
let me make sure I get the lighting right.
Hold on, they getting smoothies together. Something's going down.
Oh, the interlock.
Like Eddie Brock, is that you?
Oh man,
this man, like I went from getting pictures of Spider-Man to taking pictures of Coach Vrabel.
This was salacious.
But let's talk about some good pictures that were taken this week, Jay. WNBA draft, ladies and gentlemen, saw the new school, the new class of the league come into fruition. No surprise, AZ Fudd was taken number 1 by the Dallas Wings, where she gets to play with her partner, Paige Beckers, and Arike Ogunbowale. I just sped through that so you wouldn't catch me tripping up on it. We also saw a disappointing reaction to the 10th pick of the draft, where we saw Raven Johnson from South Carolina, Hollywood Raven, Crockpot Raven, go to the Indiana Fever. And Fever fans here's the thing, not all Fever fans, okay? Not all Fever fans, but some Fever fans did what some Fever fans always do when it's a black woman involved, and they immediately started tearing down Raven, which is not cool. But then, before the draft even happened, prior to the draft, we saw a lot of moves. WNBA free agency was wild because never in the history of the W, Jay Lacey, have they actually had this much money to throw around at all these players. And so everybody's moving. Brittany Griner goes from the Atlanta Dream to the Connecticut Sun. We see the Chicago Sky do the most Chicago Sky thing ever and trade one of their franchise players, Angel Reese. That's the reason why this is the last time I can ever wear this shirt for anybody watching the video version. Traded Angel Reese to the Atlanta Dream for 2 first-round picks. And then after they traded Angel Reese because they was mad at her for saying that they needed more talent on the team and the front office wasn't doing their damn job, they actually went out and got some talent, which is real petty. And I wish nothing but gloom and doom for the Chicago Sky. Because you know what? I was a fan, but a fan no more am I of the Chicago Sky. And then after the draft today, matter of fact, we saw the Debo of the WNBA, Kennedy Carter, get picked up and brought in on a practice squad tryout for the Las Vegas Aces, the defending champions. So a lot of WNBA news popping off this week. They got a new TV deal with USA Network, where they'll be broadcasting WNBA games on Wednesday. So the season starts in a couple of weeks, and we will be doing our WNBA fantasy draft like we did last year. But Jay, any surprises from the draft night? What's your thoughts on the Angel Reese move and anything else that went down at the W, including that press conference where Kathy was like, because they asked Kathy Engelhart at the press conference, Kathy, there was a lot of turmoil with the league last year. Do you think you're going to keep your job? And she was like, you wouldn't ask that question if I was a man. And I'm like, I don't think that's how it works, Kathy.
I'm sure they probably would ask her if she was a man. If people don't like you, they don't like you. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But especially if you're not doing the job that people think you should be doing your job, not going back to what you were talking about with Raven Johnson getting drafted to the Fever. That's a different story. One of the things I wanted to highlight was UCLA. Hey, what the kids do? You know what I'm saying? UCLA was they had all kinds of talent, and shout out to them for winning the women's basketball championship this past season. And man, they had 3 straight picks from number 4, 5, and 6 go in the first round. And man, I think, and Ray's gonna love this, but the Mystics, man, they got a beast with Lauren Betts.
Yeah,
I mean, my gosh, I mean, she's a phenomenal player, bro. And then Kiki Rice as well. She's gonna do well. I mean, I think this, to me, that since I'm paying much more attention to the WNBA than I have in the past years, I think this was a loaded draft. You know, Flau'jae Johnson. I mean, she gets drafted, and where she get traded to? She got traded to Seattle, right?
Yeah, she's out in Seattle now.
Yeah, she got traded to Seattle. I thought, man, with the Bay picking her up, the Valkyries picking her up, I was like, hey, she just dropped a single. The Bay Area gonna go crazy. They're gonna embrace her and love her. And before the ink even dried, she got traded out to Seattle. I'm like, And again, throwback to Ray. McLemore's from Seattle.
So you said we got a Flau'jae McLemore collab coming.
She the best rapper out of Seattle right now.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
It's like the top 3 is Flau'jae, Sir Mix-a-Lot, and McLemore. And Sir Mix-a-Lot retired, to the best of my knowledge.
Hey, still better. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there's a whole lot of
maybe
storylines.
we ain't never heard Darby Allin drop a verse. Maybe Darby Allin is neck and neck with McLemore.
Oh, never know. Swerve was hanging out there. I mean, he's from the East Coast, but he claims he's from Seattle, you know. So I mean, hey, whatever. It is what it is.
The young Nick Wayne on the verse. He got something too.
Nick Weezy?
Nick Weezy.
Damn, a lot of competition, McLemore.
Hey, you better step your game up, bro. But I mean, there's, like I said, AZ Fudd going number 1. That was not a shocker. We knew that was a possibility and that was going to happen. But again, I'm excited for this season. I think there's a lot of storylines going into it. Trades aside, new salary cap. These women are getting paid a lot more now, so they still need to be paid more than what they're getting paid. But hey, a lot of exciting movement over here.
Yes, and again, one of the moves that we want to talk about, because she is the cover picture for this edition of the Kings of Sport, is Angel Reese going to Atlanta. I think this is a trade that is probably going to end up being a win-win for both teams, even though Chicago is a terribly run franchise, so they'll find some way to screw it up eventually. And Skylar Diggins going to be cussing that man out that was at the press conference today talking about, we want to win. And I'm like, you wasn't trying to win the last 2 years, were you, sir? But that's neither here nor there. I think it's a perfect trade, though, for Angel for a lot of reasons. Number 1, she gets to go to a team that has some structure and has a foundation. You know, the Atlanta Dream finished 2nd in the standings last year, made it to the playoffs. They've got Ryan Howard, who is a perennial WNBA All-Star. They got Jordan Canada. They got some really good players, man, really good young players in Atlanta. And she gets to come to a team where she doesn't have to be everything, because there were points last year where she's a power forward for the Chicago Sky, Gerard, and they had her bringing the ball up court like a point guard because they didn't have anybody else that could play point guard. And so she's passing the ball, she's rebounding, she's trying to shoot. And it's just like, how much do you want this to put on this girl's plate? But it's her fault that y'all losing when y'all haven't put any pieces around her. So now she goes to a team where all she has to do is be Angel, play defense, rebound, get your offensive buckets, bring energy to that team. And I feel like the Angel joining Atlanta almost feels like, and people overlook him because of the way he acts sometimes, but that Golden State Warriors team would not have been what it was without Draymond. because Draymond brought a lot of toughness, brought intensity, brought energy. Yeah, you had Steph and Clay and Steve Kerr as the coach, but Draymond brought that heart that we were talking about earlier. And I think Angel brings that to the Atlanta Dream. And then also culturally, I think this is a better fit than Chicago. Not to say that Chicago is a bad city for Black folks, but I think like if we're talking stars and fame and stuff like that, Atlanta is Black Hollywood. And now you got Angel Reese, who's done all these outside ventures with Victoria's Secret, with the Reese's Pieces deal, with her podcast. Like Angel's a star, especially within the Black community, particularly with young Black women. And I think putting her in Atlanta with these other strong Black women, and you got like depth coming off of that bench with Tahina Pow. And they drafted my girl Medina from South Carolina, who like was a beast in the NCAA tournament. So I think Atlanta is building something, and Angel Reese has a chance to not only build her brand off the court, but actually do some damn winning on the court. Like it would not shock me to see the Aces and the Dream in the finals this year.
Yeah, I think this is honestly, I'm a Sparks fan, and then they didn't get a draft pick until the second round, but I was happy to watch the first round. And I was like, okay, this is good. This is good movement. And then you're right. There's a lot of storylines with the whole WNBA. And again, I'm excited to see exactly what these women can do. I'm happy about the whole USA being on more TVs in the States. More accessibility, brings more popularity, more eyeballs to the sport. So, yeah, I'm just really excited to see what these women can do and elevate the game.
Well, somebody who's a pair of new eyeballs to the sport, if you will, Gerard Brown. You've been kind of dipping your toe in these W waters the last couple of years, man. Are you excited for this new season coming up?
I'm excited to the point that I need to remember that it's actually happening, and I want to actually then go out and then. Because, like, in my head, it feels like it's out of sight, out of mind for me. As on my algorithm, none of this ever populates. I never see nothing for the most part. So, like, unless it's like some drama that has come out from it, like some serious drama, I don't hear anything about the WNBA. I'm still waiting for 2029. That's when we get our team back in Detroit. That's when
the
stuff
expansion.
Okay,
gotcha.
So, like, I'm waiting for that. But one of my my little home away from homes, the Toronto Tempos, I didn't even know about them. So I've actually started as we've been talking, I've been over here just like, oh, let me look at these game schedules. And I know you've been shitting on the Chicago Sky, but like that's 4 hours away. I
can tell you, Gerard, tickets will be a lot cheaper this year than they were last year.
Hey, I can entice my girl. Hey, you want to go on a weekend trip? You want to see the WNBA? You want to go grab some pizza and some stuff over in Chicago? You want to go on a shopping trip? Oh, for sure. Easy getaway. So you giving me date ideas, you giving me stuff, and if I can get her invested as well, that then gives me something more to get invested in is on top of that. So now I did get rid of cable, so it's great that they're on the USA Network. Tough now that I got rid of the USA Network. So
if you got Disney Plus, they're still on Disney Plus this season.
And we have renewed Disney Plus recently because Star Wars had Maul come out, and that and Daredevil. I've heard too much good things.
Daredevil, this season of Daredevil has been killing it.
I don't know nothing.
I haven't seen season 2 yet, so that's on my watch list.
I'm in invincible
it's
mode
on
right
point
now,
this year,
so.
Jay.
But
I don't know if you saw last year, like the little bit of inconsistency they had last year because of the production. All that's gone. Sure. It's been straight fire this year.
Oh, good to hear. Looking forward to it.
But no, overall, it's something I want to get into because I want to support it. Because at the end of the day, I feel like that's what hurt the WNBA in the first place. It's just traction and visibility, and also respect for it. Because at the end of the day, I was listening to like I don't know who it was, a WNBA star, and I hate the fact that I don't know her name, but it was her in this interview. I think it was like the My Mama Told Me podcast or something like that. She was just chatting with them, and they're like, "Why wouldn't some dude was chatting to her?" And she was like, "Why would I want to come see you in a game? Like, are you LeBron? Are you this? Are you that? No. Can you beat me though?" No, you can't. I'm a better basketball player than you. So at the end of the day, it's about what I can do. And it's giving those people that spotlight to actually have it's its own thing. It's basketball, but stop trying to and give it the room to become something more.
Yeah.
The NBA has had how much of a head start compared to the WNBA and the inconsistency and the dropping of teams and whatnot. Like, so like give it the traction and the USA Network, though it is not what it used to be, is still a viable platform and a very big, large cable network. And so with that said, that is giving an opportunity for the WNBA to get their games out there, visible for folks, and on another space. So like, I ain't mad.
Because if you look at the history of the NBA, Gerard, they really did not pop until Magic Johnson and Larry Bird came into the league. Because before that, they were showing the NBA Finals games on tape delay. Like,
yeah, they sure were.
Like you watching the NBA Finals at 2 a.m. because it's on tape delay because nobody cares about the National Basketball Association. And then Magic and Larry came in and changed people's perception of the league. And I think we saw the same thing to a certain extent 2 years ago when you had Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark come into the league. And for better or for worse, because there was a lot of negative that came with that, you had people tuning in more frequently than ever. The ratings for the college women's college games went up, and we still saw them like 2 years after the fact. College ratings are up for the women's games. And so like the WNBA ratings, they kind of came down a little bit from that initial explosion, which was something that you would expect, but they're still higher than they were before Angel and Caitlin came into the league. And so I think the league is on a positive track. They just signed a new CBA, which gives them a little bit more money and things that they were asking for, like off the court, like with the prenatal care and stuff like that, babysitting and stuff like that, like the stuff that you don't take into account when you're talking about, men's leagues, like, things that would matter to these women. And the league kind of acquiesced on some of that. They got these new expansion teams coming in, man. Like, I think until you get Detroit, you might want to be a Toronto fan, because I feel like last year we saw the Valkyrie in Golden State, this expansion team, get to the playoffs and have a good season. I think Toronto is actually going to be a good team this year, a solid team. They may not make the playoffs, but they'll be solid because you got Marina Mabry, who was a crash out. Like, she wanted to I would say, if we're doing wrestling comparisons, and you could check me on this one, I would say she's probably somewhere between like Jeff Hardy and Sabu, Jay, in terms of basketball.
That's actually not a bad comparison.
Like Sabu with pigtails is what you're gonna get from Marina Mabry on this Toronto Tempo team. And then their head coach is Sandy Brondello, who used to be the head coach for the New York Liberty and like was very successful with them. So I think Toronto's building a good foundation. So that might be your little holder team until Detroit gets their franchise, Gerard.
Okay, and it truly might be, because once I lost my love and my dog retired when Michael Jordan left, a team to the north. I'm sorry, Jerry Stackhouse, Grant Hill, it wasn't doing it for me. I couldn't. You couldn't talk to me as a kid with the Pistons. I'm sorry, boss. But at the end of the day, what you did have was Vince Carter putting his arm through a rim at a dunk contest and captivating my attention to then look to the north for my Toronto Raptors. And so if I could do that as a child, I at the same point can now do that with my Toronto Tempos.
Yeah, and I think the league's doing a good job of kind of spreading the wealth around, where you got a hot fan base, for better or for worse, again, in Indiana. You got a hot fan base in Vegas for Asia Wilson and the Aces. You got a hot fan base in New York, who had a championship not this past season, but the season before. You got a hot crowd in Minnesota. You got a hot crowd that's gotten even hotter in Atlanta. Like, they've moved a bunch of their games to the State Farm Arena after the Angel Reese trade. So I think the league is in a position where in the next few years, I think we're going to see, especially when you get a lot of these college players coming up like Juju and Hannah Hidalgo and some of these other players, Jay, I think they're in a really, really good place right now. And it's exciting, man, if you're a fan of good basketball, because it is a bit of a learning curve, Gerard, to your point. if you haven't watched the league or if you haven't watched in a long time. But I think it's really good basketball. It's ironically enough, it's a lot of the basketball that a lot of these basketball bros on their podcast say they want. Like the NBA too soft these days, man. Bring it back to the 90s. The WNBA plays 90s basketball. It's just with women.
Yeah, they do that, and there's two things too. So there's the physicality, there's the personalities that these women bring to the table as well too. And the other thing too, Nate, you talk about good basketball. They're not oversaturated. I mean, the talent is not so diluted to where it's like we got a handful of good teams and a whole bunch of basura everywhere. You know what I mean? There's parity, and that's a good thing, I think. You know, and they're putting all these franchises in, like you said, hot cities and hot areas of where basketball it's its own thing. You know, so they're not really competing with two teams in one city anymore. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good thing too. So again, I'm excited for it. The storylines. The personalities, and again, watching Angel Wilson just dominate and be the GOAT on the WNBA side.
And that's the thing, man. Like if you are not watching right now, like one of the greatest players to ever play women's basketball is playing right now, and that's Angel Wilson. And she has a chance again with this Aces team to get back to another WNBA final. So it's like you've got Caitlin Clark, you've got Angel Reese, you've got Paige Beckers, you got all this great young talent, but then you got these vets that's still out here doing their thing, man. So it's going to be an exciting year for the W, man. You know what? You know who's not discounting their prices 25%? The WNBA, unlike some other professional sports entertainment entities that we could talk about, fellas.
I don't see Kelsey Plum coming out here and saying, hey, this is some trash basketball I'm watching right now. Y'all need me to save it and bring it back to when we had the New York Liberty with Don Staley and them playing.
Yeah, you don't see the Stud Buds or Sidney Colson and Teresa Plaisance coming out here talking about that game last night is ass. This the game you want to watch. Like, so let's talk about it, fellas. Let's talk about this damn road to WrestleMania. And where we're at with our excitement levels for the biggest showcase of the Immortals on the wrestling calendar. Gerard Brown, we'll start with you because you are, to my knowledge, out of the three of us, the one that's been to the most WrestleManias. What are your expectations and feelings going into this weekend, brother?
Wait, how many WrestleManias has everybody been to here?
I've been to 0. Jay's been to 1. So I know you've been to at least 2 because you've talked about them.
Just 2. LA and Vegas, 39 and 41. Both
and Saudi. You'll be in Saudi next year, right?
That would really be a various
sitting right next to Turkey.
If I don't make my way to Toronto to see whatever Davey and Braden and whatever they doing up there, then no, I'm probably gonna be on the couch.
I'm saying you and Turkey both with your sunglasses on inside, y'all can rock that, man.
Wherever I'm locally located, you're not gonna associate me with Turkey like that. Just because I like my sunglasses at night. Don't do that.
I ain't gonna do you like Ray did. Wherever Ray is tonight.
Hey, cool. Like you don't. Hey, Matt Murdock wears sunglasses. Don't tell me why. I know why, but don't tell me why.
Stevie Wonder be wearing sunglasses at night.
Stevie Wonder wears sunglasses. I ain't got the same ailments. It's not the same thing. Point. I'm wearing the sunglasses. Hey, they could be transitions. My right. They ain't transitions yet. My apologies. What can I say?
All good.
But nah, man, for wrestling right now, I'm all over the place with it because I enjoy this trash TV we're kind of getting. Because I won't hold you. It's making me compelled to turn in and see hey, what's Pat gonna say this next time? What's the response from whoever is gonna come out? Okay, what are we doing this time? Punk entertained me with his first response. Definitely one of his best promos in a while. So like that was entertaining, and I think they've been doing a fine job with their feud. But like, I'm gonna echo some other sentiments of like Liv and Stephanie. I think they're doing good.
Oh gosh.
But like, there's a lot that's just kind of like, I don't know. There's not this energy that used to be there for these last few years. 39 had an energy. I mean, 38 kind of had an energy because you're not going to wrestle. Like, oh, hopefully this is going to be the last Brock and Roman match. But hey, it's a more evolved Roman, and it's a Roman we really love. And like, hopefully, like, we've sacrificed Bobby and his WWE title reign to Brock. Like, hopefully this is for something, right?
Yeah.
Is Cody coming back? Right? Like, so like there was 38 had its buzz, 39 had its story, and a lot of weight to it across the card. 40 had its big moments. 41 started to drop the ball. And I've heard it on like one of the recap shows this week or on one of the post shows this week, but they're talking about like everything kind of started to fall apart after Chamber. And I actually legitimately feel that way for WWE because I know how I felt walking out of Chamber. I know how I felt getting on that subway car, just like walking around with my belt, just like, this shit was crazy. Oh, what a fucking show. That was insane. Like the women's part was crazy. Okay, we took a chill break with the tag team match, but like then Sammy and KO did their thing. And then the men's chamber, like I'm getting to see my not childhood, but my teenage years of John Cena and CM Punk wrestling, like, but live in front of me. I never got to see any of those matches when I was younger. So like, cool, like a lot of great stuff. And then it fell down. And it's been this pat yourself on the back booking. Oh, I'm going into the Hall of Fame. How about instead of focusing on your Hall of Fame speech, land the Mania build, bro? Do that first. How about that? Okay, now this year you're putting your wife in. Instead of working on the flowers you're trying to give her, build the actual dang WrestleMania build and do it properly across the board. It feels so messy. And I get you can have other forces around you pushing and like, why are we having this discussion? I don't want to see Ari Emanuel on my screen. Like him being in the crowd is one thing, but like he don't need to be an on-screen character.
No,
I don't want that. I don't want like Pat McAfee. You also are giving me storylines that just don't logically make sense to me. Like legitimately, homie was on the desk at the Mania last year where I'm at. So much that he had to get whooped up at the next pay-per-view. You can't then turn around and be like a champion for the company and then be like, either you the fakest mug of your words right now or fake. But what you're selling me, I can't buy. And I don't want to buy. And that's the issue. Randy, I think we were just fine with Cody and Randy.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, you're gonna probably struggle. But like here's the thing I've noticed in the Triple H era of booking. We do a lot of things to protect Cody Rhodes. But to such a degree that it's at least they're going to certain just like Cena, it was just like, oh, you lose. And that's the way we're protecting Cena. You lose. You're gonna lose the feud. He's gonna win the feud. That's it. Or it takes insurmountable odds to beat Cena. You look at where we're at currently. KO. Think about it. We shot the whole thing with him turning on Cody outside so that way they can't be this cheering of KO turning on him.
Right.
We manipulate certain segments. We have certain things. Oh, let's put HBK out here with Cody Rhodes in San Antonio. So that way, at least there's a balance and there's a baby face that people truly love. And then there's not this mixture with Cody. Like it's been this protecting of Cody Rhodes' babyface character, but at times to the detriment of the product. And when you're going to use Pat McAfee as this distraction of, okay, Randy's not doing it enough as a heel. Nothing Randy is doing is getting him booed. Cool. We got something for you. We got the medicine for you. Back up the Pat truck. Here comes Pat McAfee for you. And with Pat McAfee, it's been this sour medicine of, okay, yeah, we're not going to boo Cody right now because we're sickened by you, but like it's bringing the whole show down. And like that's the main thing that everybody's talking about. It's not, oh, let's talk about the AJ Becky Lynch build. It's not, oh, let's talk about the women's tag team match build. Oh, we hope Nikki Bella's okay. It's not talking about whatever else is going. It's talking about, oh, ticket prices. Saudi Arabia, which like, okay, you're gonna demonize your one wrestler, but like the rest of your company going too. So you want to make that the on-air thing? You want to weirdly make that John Cena's favorite moment of his entire career? Like, okay, whatever. But you're making yourselves look bad at the same time too. So like, what are y'all doing? Like, what is this nonsense? It's not bringing anybody in. It's only making people say, I'm kind of good. But I don't know. How do y'all feel? How's Mania been for y'all? Because I'm with the I'm happy to watch it. My girlfriend's her eye is going to be different, and so I'm happy to see her vision of it because she ain't in too deep. Right. I'm in too deep. So, but are y'all in too deep? Jay.
So you mentioned the name before we get to Jay. You mentioned the name earlier. That man, America's favorite punter, Pat McAfee. And you know, I've got thoughts on Pat. I'm sure Jay has thoughts on Pat. But there's one member of the Nefarious Media Network team. When you say Pat's name, he appears. Jay, I believe in Chris Ely.
Not the clap and everything.
Wave your hands from side to side. Say, I believe in Chris Ely, but not his internet.
Oh, dang.
No, sir.
We'll see if we can get the professor's internet working. But until then, Jay, what has been your thought on this WrestleMania build, which has been real weird to say the least?
The same build that Chris Ely got right now. That's where I'm at with this WrestleMania. I mean, couldn't get started. It's still we're spooling over here. It's just there's a lot. I'm starting to think, and I hate to have this thought, that maybe the WWE is not the product for me anymore. And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, look at all it's like celebrity WrestleMania. You got Jelly Roll involved. You've got Pat McAfee involved. You've got I Show Speed involved. It's like, come on. You mean to tell me that these people are taking up spots that your full-time performers can't even have? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, you got your tag team champions for the men's, they are not involved for. I'm talking about for the SmackDown one, the SmackDown men's tag team champions. You mean to tell me they can't get a spot on WrestleMania? That's crazy. That's a championship. You can't get that on. You can't get Io Sky and Asuka on. That's crazy. You know, so
they'll be on the pre-show, Jay. The pre-show.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool if you wrestle for NXT or Evolve or something like that. I mean, that's cool if you're like a Vikingo where people don't really know who you are yet and they're trying to get invested in your product. I mean, right. But let me stop giving them ideas on how to run their show. But I mean, for real, on the pre-show, you got Obafemi and Brock Lesnar on the pre-show. That's crazy. I would probably put that on the main card and bump somebody else down because that's like a premium main event anywhere else. On a Saturday night's main event, on any other pay-per-view, that would be like a co-main event type of headlining match. You know, that's you got two heavyweights that are going in there locking horns for the first time. I don't know. I mean, there's so many missteps.
Let's stay right there real quick for a second, Jay, because before we started tonight, Gerard and I were having a conversation about kind of the ESPN integration into this year's WrestleMania. And the thing that kind of stuck out to me, because you see Trick Williams and Lash Legend and Charlotte Flair and Dominic Mysterio, who Greeny called Dominique, which made me laugh because that's how Chris always says Dominic Mysterio's name. Seth Rollins was on Get Up. Ha-ha, Greeny, I'm on Get Up again. Ha-ha. And Cody Rhodes. Like, you had all of these performers show up on all of these ESPN shows, but Brock and Oba were absent. And to me, if you're going to have this match be on the pre-show because you feel like it's the most sporty match of the night, then these two guys should be promoting this thing. Like, we get it. Like, Brock's not the biggest talker in the world. And Oba is like part of his character is like, yeah, he can talk, but he does more with his actions. But I would have loved for them to integrate these two more into the ESPN side of it, Jay, because it's like, yeah, if you're going to put these dudes on the pre-show, then you need to promote it as a big thing.
Yeah, the only way I would see them putting it on a pre-show is if they did like what AEW does. Like, they start on a pre-show, and then all of a sudden, while the match is going on, the pyro goes off. We're kicking it right off into the main card. You know what I'm saying? Have it bleed over, and would it upset some of your your fans that don't have the ESPN app or NordVPN? Yeah, it could. But at the same time, if you're trying to sell the event, that's one more way you can get more eyeballs on your product. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? Since you got them slotted in that position right there. But I mean, there's so many other deserving talent that I think that could be on the Showcase of Immortals that are not there. I feel bad for them. I mean, there's no Roxanne. There's no what's her name? Raquel, who's had a great year, like her or not. She's had a good year so far, you know. I mean, not to mention Asuka and Io Sky, Io Sky was just on. She was last year the women's champion. You know what I'm saying? But we can't find a spot for her this year. That's wild. That's
crazy.
It is crazy, legit. You know. So I mean, again, I'm not so excited, to be honest with you. I'm more excited about the Raw after Mania because I want to see how they retcon everything and who's going to come up from the NXT, who's going to re-debut, who's going to be reintroduced on both Raw and SmackDown. So I want to see exactly how they go into that. I'm more excited about that, to be honest with you.
So let's try one more time to see if we can get the professor in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Pat McAfee's advocate from Southern California, the mayor pro tem of Los Angeles himself, Chris Ely. Can we rock? What's up, Doc? Chris said, that doesn't work for me, brother.
He said, I didn't like that one.
I didn't like that one, brother.
Try harder.
That's another thing we might have to talk about in the next couple of weeks, that Hulk Hogan documentary. I'm actually kind of intrigued with how far they go with it.
I'm kind of curious. I want to see if he.
Okay. I want to clarify something. It's not the pre-show. Because I've been looking around, because it's not the pre-show. It's the opening hour. So, like, let's say we run the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's the open of WrestleMania. You're going to get America the Beautiful. You're going to do all that. Opening match, Oba and them. First match going to be running on. So, basically, you get that first hour at ESPN, and then they going to just cut you off and say, you want the rest of the pay-per-view? ESPN Unlimited.
Like they used to do on pay-per-view when it was back in the day with the black box. It was like, you get this first 15 minutes of this movie for free, then we cut it off, cuz.
So, but it's doing that, but you get basically maybe 1 to 2 matches. But if you know how they did that one time with Roman and Bronson, that was an hour between the entrances, the whole match, after the match. It was literally 54 minutes with them alone. So yeah, they can stretch them if they want to. So you might get 1 to 2 matches if you're lucky. But here's the thing: they putting Oba and Brock out there to grab the masses. You put that on free TV because look at how easy Oba got over.
Yeah.
Oh, he's over. He's
Mugs
already
Mugs are just doing this. So you put that on the ESPN portion. And the dads and everybody who naturally has just ESPN on in the background for your daily just life.
Yeah.
And now WrestleMania's on. Oh, what's this? I used to watch. Okay. All right. I remember Brock. Oh yeah. UFC. Okay. And then because you have Brock come out first, and then you have Oba come out second.
Yep. I agree with that. My thing is, they needed to have more integration into the body of these other ESPN shows. Like, no disrespect to Dominic Mysterio, but why, Dominic Mysterio, why is you on Get Up again?
You fighting the demon.
and again, like that part, like it's a blessing and a curse because it's somebody that grew up loving sports and loving wrestling. Seeing the ESPN integration is stuff that I kind of wish was on when we were kids, but then it's like to have Mike Greenberg. So Dominic, tell us about this demon you're fighting. It's like it just don't work in regular situations.
Right.
Now Dominic got to explain this whole man's backstory and the lore of Finn Balor and the demon. And it's just like, you can't say that next to Dominique Foxworth. He's not going to take you seriously.
You got Bob Costas over here. So Undertaker, I heard that you were buried a few months ago by your brother in a buried alive match against Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Awful interview. With that said,
just Stuart Scott talking with Jake the Snake. Just booyah! So you put the snake on Macho Man Randy Savage and stole Miss Elizabeth. That's crazy. That's colder than the other side of the pillow. It's like, I don't know if I want this. Oh man, but I think my excitement level, and I was talking with Gerard about this earlier, Jay. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm watching because it's WrestleMania. Like, yeah, it don't matter who's in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl. You know, I'm gonna order me a pizza, get some wings, and a couple of dope beverages, and hang out and watch this thing that I always watch. But they did take a lot of the wind out of the sails when they brought Pat McAfee into that Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes match, because it's like, dog, that did not need anything extra. And to your point about, Triple H kind of protecting Cody, like, yeah, it's to his detriment, because it's like, yeah, so what if half the crowd boos Cody Rhodes, or more than half the crowd boos Cody Rhodes? I think if you let these two go out there and tell a real pro wrestling story based in reality off of their time together, growing up in this business, you could have something compelling where, yeah, even if Cody gets booed, the story grabs us. You know what I mean? Like, again, like, not to talk about Daredevil, but like Kingpin is a bad guy. You're supposed to boo him, but there are some things that he does that it's like, oh man, this is a great story. I should not be feeling this kind of emotion towards the Kingpin, but because the story is so good, I'm here, I'm locked in. And they had a chance to do that with Cody and Randy, and instead we've got Pat McAfee leading. Like, this is worse than the G League invasion. Like, I'd rather have a G League invasion, man, with Bronny and Mac McClung and the random Antetokounmpo brother, than Pat McAfee leading this rebellion against what, Pat? Against what? Like, to Gerard's point, against the thing that you've been a shill for the last few years, against the thing that
contributor
and an active contributor and participant in this business the last few years, and now you're against it because it's not like the Attitude Era. And also, here's the thing, man, I love the Attitude Era. We all, have fond memories of the Attitude Era, but as a business, you should not be catering to the Attitude Era crowd, because, spoiler alert, they are my age and above. And that is not what you want to invest in. Like, obviously, you have stuff on your program that appeals to an older audience, but the kids is where you make your money. The kids is where you build the future of your fan base. And it's just like, they don't know nothing about no damn Disco Inferno. Nor should they. Nor should they. I wish I didn't know as much as I knew about the damn Disco Inferno. But it's like the work shoot stuff, it's not working. Like, there's a way to do work shoot stuff and have it feel real and have it feel compelling, and this ain't it, man. And then to the point where you got Pat running down their own product. Like, yeah, Sunday night's gonna be ass. Then why am I watching? If you're telling me it's gonna be ass, why am I paying money for this cable subscription, or why am I flying out to Vegas to see this? And so, yeah, like, they have botched this, Gerard, in my opinion, from the booking to the price points for this event, from like even going back to them taking it away from New Orleans. Like, it's just been kind of one misstep after another. And it sucks because there are some good things on this card. Like, I'm really interested in Oba and Brock and how that plays out. Stephanie and Liv, like, I think that could be really compelling. They've done a good job with that build, which is very contradictory to how they usually build up these women's matches going into WrestleMania. I think Jade and Rhea hasn't been the greatest, but I think it's been solid for Jade and Rhea. So, like, there is some good stuff on this card. Like, even Punk and Punk and Roman has been decent in my opinion, but it's like there's a lot getting in the way of the good, and that's nobody's fault but the companies.
I think on paper too, the matches they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay to
that
really
ladder
good.
match is gonna kill.
Yeah, they're going to be really good. It's just the stories that you're telling in between. I mean, we're watching more commercials than we are actual wrestling product, and that's a problem that I have. So, but I think I need you to do another intro for me a third time. So I think third time's a charm, brother.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, not only is this man Pat McAfee's advocate, not only is this man the #1 fan housing in the game, not only is he the hype man for Dominique Mysterio whenever Dominique Mysterio is in LA at Mr. Child's downtown, but he is our brother and our friend. Y'all give it up for the Professor Christopher Ely. Can we rock? What's up, Doc, with your internet connection?
Hey, what's up? I think it's better now. I think it was the web browser I was using, but yeah.
Sorry, should have been on that NordVPN, brother.
Yeah, really. Sorry for being late. I got my times mixed up because I West Coast, and when you said the original time I was on, I wasn't thinking about the East, so that was my fault.
Me and Jay was sitting here with Chris said, I can be on by 3:30, and I'm like, okay, so 3:30, he can be on by 6:30. It's 8:30. We like, where's Chris?
Yeah, sorry about that, man. Yeah, sorry.
I think that's Ray's problem too. So we'll run with that.
What's going on with Ray Williams?
Just call me next time and just because I'm over here because I just got out that one meeting. I'm over here falling asleep and shit.
That's what made it so crazy. I saw Chris like something in the group chat. I'm like, okay, is he gonna join us here soon?
Yeah. Because I completely got discombobulated with time. Yeah, because I haven't been left this place. Shit.
Oh wow. But now, Chris, you joined us at the perfect time, I think, because we talked NBA, we talked WNBA, but now we really here because time for talking is over. It's time for the main event. We talking about Wrestlemania, Chris. We are deep into the road to Wrestlemania. So where is your excitement level for this year's show? We talked about, the Pat McAfee of it all, the pricing strategy, kind of the way the booking's been all over the place. So where are you at right now with your excitement level for Wrestlemania, brother?
Dude, for the first time probably ever, all the picks we made on the prediction show, I'm rescinding all of them, man. I just don't feel comfortable predicting this bullshit. I'm night 2, I'm a little bit more intrigued by. They completely took the wind out of my sails for night 1 though, man. It's like I seriously thought it the booking could not get any worse than last year's booking. I really thought that. I was like, whatever they do this year is not going to be as bad as botching the Cedar Hill turn. And they found a way to make it worse. I was baffled by that, man. And I felt like I felt bad that I still think Roman Reigns is gonna win, but that's not an official prediction anymore. That's just that's a fleeting thought.
It's speculation.
Yeah. It's because it's just nothing makes any sense. First of all, Pat McAfee is not a cool guy. So Pat McAfee is a cool guy. He's the nice homie. He's the goofy guy. He's that kind of cool guy. He's not like the Fonz cool guy or like a Marty McFly cool guy. He's like he's like goofy cool. You know, he's more like a Richie Cunningham type. So to try to assign him,
Chris is in his happy days bag, y'all.
yeah, well, to try to assign him this
Not even
like,
Foxy.
yeah,
The Ralph Mouth.
Richie, and I think even calling him Richie Cunningham might be a little bit of a
Just a
stretch,
stretch.
because because he's like he's not somebody that you like. This almost reminds me of Don West's heel turn in TNA, except I would say even that was better than this. It is because I mean, like, and I remember when this first happened. I remember we did a show and we were like, yeah, I wouldn't have, turned Randy Orton heel so fast, but let's see where it goes, And who knew it was gonna go here? And the thing is you can't manufacture a Sylvester Stallone. You can't manufacture a fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can't manufacture a Rock. You can't manufacture. There's just certain people you cannot do that to. And I don't know, like Pat McAfee. God bless him on his whack ass podcast. But he is not someone anyone's ever gonna want to see headline a movie. That's with any window of opportunity there might have been for that. That ship has sailed and sunk. Ari Emanuel is a known entity in my circles. I've got a lot of friends who work with his agency who have, if they don't have Ari as an agent, they have like one of his adjacent underlings as an agent with with William Morris Endeavor. So he's like, he knows talent, except he might have a little bit of that Vince McMahon disease or whatever the fuck. If you, because you, I mean, and I'm not, this isn't even me trying to crack on Pat McAfee. He's not that, that's just not what he is. You can't make this guy be that, and it just feels like they're trying to tell us something. And like I was like, okay, I would have been happy with last week's SmackDown if they were like, if they had just forgotten about this whole thing, if it was just one of those things, if it was like one of the, like a Dallas Dream sequence, if it was
just Randy
like,
and Cody in the middle of the ring, like, whoa, that was weird last week, wasn't it? Yeah, me too, man. Let's talk about WrestleMania.
Yeah, like they did it the whole, like the GTV shit from back in the day, just scrap it, and we don't know what happened to
just
it.
Poochie Pat McAfee returned to his home planet.
Yeah, just get rid of it. But they like tripled down on it, and it just makes for bad, uncompelling television. So I am excited about the Oba match. I do whatever night Stephanie Vaquer's on. I want to see. I want to see the Devil's Kiss. If like I might like tune into night 2 to watch Oba, or night 1 to watch Oba, and then whenever Stephanie does the Devil's Kiss to whoever, I'll watch that.
WrestleMania, just
that's night 1. I'll watch the clips later on fast forward, but I just.
So you say you're not gonna join us for our live watch on Saturday, Chris?
I might. I mean, my wife is out of town, so I'm home by myself, and that's what makes it so infuriating that I even missed getting on here today, because I she's not home to like complain about anything. Not that she's a normal complainer, but like there's no ambient noise that's stopping me, so it was just like, but yeah, I think like they've got some kind of fucking issues in WWE. Like none of this stuff makes sense. Like, so this guy, he comes back. I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, that's something. All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gerard, Jarek, and Nate, but I remember Randy Orton RKO in that fool at least once, maybe twice. So it's just like this friendship all of a sudden.
Maybe he's like Booker T, like I deserve that stunner dog.
Yeah, it's probably one of those I deserve that studded dog moments, because I do remember that. But he gets on, he complains, he talks about how much the WWE sucks. Calls the fans, talks about how bum ass and stupid they are, and then he announces his friends that Ram Trucks are gonna give a discount.
I'm sure the people at Dodge was like, "No, dog, don't put us in this."
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It just made no sense. So it's like the show's gonna suck. Buy night 1, don't buy night 2. What, man? I'm trying to understand this. I'm trying to like the evangelical logic that my folks used to give me when I was a kid makes more sense than this shit. It's just
the part that got me in that first promo, Chris, when he came back, when he was like, "Are you tired of watching midgets wrestle for 45 minutes straight?" I'm like, that doesn't happen now. This ain't WCW.
Right.
Even in WCW back in the day, them cruiserweight matches didn't go 45 damn minutes. Like, are you watching a different show, Pat?
Yeah, and it's it's the roster is gonna be like sick. Probably the whole roster combined probably weighs like 30 pounds less than the wrestlers from like 2002 or the Attitude Era that they wax poetic about. And it's just because, people aren't doing the shit they used to do back then. It's like the gimmicks that existed back in those days, they're still around. It's just not everybody is doing that. To see somebody like the size of a Obafemi is going to be more of a rarity than it is like everybody kind of looking exactly like him. Now WWE has a lot of monsters, but it's not like and the thing is, with monsters, you can't put them in the ring against each other all the time anyway. That's just not how the wrestling business works best.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, like every prediction I made for WrestleMania, I'm just rescinding. I don't know anything.
It'll beat the fight out of you, dog.
Yeah. It beat the fucking spirit out of me. You know what I'm saying? It's
so look, what Chris is saying, sometimes I got to break it down because, Chris comes from a highly educated university, unlike some of you people out there. So we got to break it down for you so you can understand it. Chris is John Cena in John Cena's last match. The WWE and their booking of WrestleMania is Gunther, and Chris is like, just tapping out with a smile on his face. He's like, fuck it. Let's do what you're going to do, TKO.
He's padding out.
Yeah.
He's padding out.
Yeah. And the thing, yeah. And then they, I was like, watching people this week when Darby Allin won the title on Wednesday, and there were fans saying, "Oh, that was a flex towards WWE," and then there were some fans saying, "No, it wasn't." Yes, it was. It was that. That's exactly what that shit was. It was like, okay, you guys are putting on the worst television ever. Why don't we do a title reign on the Wednesday show? After a decent pay-per-view, it wasn't like a bad pay-per-view. I'd say it was good, but I think it was like almost borderline good. It wasn't like one of those shows where I call the best show of the year. But what they did on Wednesday, I thought was necessary. It was to a guy that everybody likes for the most part. I mean, I saw some people complaining about it, but it was. When I'm watching WWE, I don't see how you could complain about anything that AEW did Wednesday. It just makes no sense to me. It was just, I thought it was good counter programming. What it did was it took it put them in the news cycle,
Mhm.
and kind of like the bad news is still permeating with WWE, but the good news with AEW is kind of like in that mix too, and now you want to see what they're going to do next with Darby Allin. Is this going to be a lengthy title run, right? Is it going to be like a week or two or a month or whatever? So I'm looking forward to that. And like I said, I'm glad that AEW did this kind of counter programming because when you're the main company and you're fucking up like that. I was reading the numbers from Thurston, and it's not like they're even doing like horrible numbers, It's like the shows are they're not selling out, but they're doing okay. It's WrestleMania is gonna be a profitable show. Both nights are gonna be profitable. So I don't know why you need to draw attention to, how much certain aspects of your show suck right now, because there is like good in the company, it's not like it's like one of those, like the thing with the Attitude Era, people remember that so fondly because of The Rock, Austin, Mick Foley, Undertaker. I'm not gonna say Triple
Go ahead,
H, but
give Paul his props, Chris.
I'll say DX.
DX, okay, yes.
Yeah, I'll say DX. They remember it fondly, but there's a lot of garbage in the Attitude Era, also, And right now it's kind of the inverse of that because I think there's a sizable amount of good in WWE. It's just the bad is just so prevalent, It's like you could buy like a extra large pizza from one of these pizza spots, but if someone like throws up on part of it, it ruins the whole fucking pizza. Or if you find like if you find like a like bird shit on the side of on part of the pizza, you don't want to eat any of the pizza, and I think that's what WWE what this Pat McAfee thing is. And I saw the shit they did on his show with Cody Rhodes vandalizing the studio, and it's like I want to see and also another thing they didn't like. Cody Rhodes is a rich, wealthy motherfucker. Why can't he put his hands on Pat McAfee? Like, what's going to happen to him? Are they going to fire him so he could go to AEW and make them money? I don't get it. Like, WWE is not the only game in town anymore. There's 3 wrestling shows on national cable television. So if I'm Cody Rhodes, I'm beating this guy's ass and daring them to fire me.
Yeah.
Just makes no sense.
Like it would be more badass if Cody Rhodes is supposed to be your badass babyface. If on SmackDown he just walked up to Aldis with a briefcase full of cash and Aldis is like, "What's this, Cody?" And he's like, "That's my fine money for beating McAfee's ass tonight."
Yeah, exactly.
Just went about his business.
Right? Yeah. Like there's literally nothing WWE could do to Cody Rhodes right now that like that dude could anything short of like a sexual offense. This guy could get away with. He could get like 5 DUIs this week.
Damn.
And he'd still main event WrestleMania,
Damn.
So it's like, make it make sense.
I mean, you do have a point there. Remember when Cody did win the championship and they did have that sit down with Aldis, and he told Aldis, "You work for me." They could have went that direction.
Yep.
They can go that direction, but for whatever reason, this writing crew is like, we have a good idea, squirrel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's like, so what are we doing over here? There's no congruent thoughts. There's no completion of the execution. And man, I was like, dude, I hate Ram trucks right now.
I know, right?
Let's look at the Dodge stock. What is Dodge's stock doing right now?
Yeah, I'm like, why are we doing this right now? I mean, it was just horrible placement. And I was saying to the fellas earlier too, Chris, it's like the buildup for WrestleMania has been better outside of WWE programming than it has been within Netflix or within USA.
Right, yeah.
It's everything they're doing at the radio stations and on podcasts or whatever to build up the intrigue. That's more interesting than what their television programming is.
I know, right? Yeah, I sent the clip to my wife, Jay Uso laying hands on Cameron. And then the clip of him on what you would call it show,
Unk Show Nightcap.
He's like asked him about it, and he said he had to feel that, man. You know, like I'm
no
never
night one niggas.
Yeah, like I'm never for
night two. Give me some night two. Like, come on,
right?
Man.
Yeah. I'm never for violence for words. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't want to say all this shit on the air, but Cameron will bring that out of people.
If it's there, Cameron will bring it out of you.
Yeah. I've seen him do this to people. So, and if like it's one of those things where if you're not in the mood to put up with anybody's bullshit, you shouldn't be doing Cameron's show. Because Mace isn't gonna be like the voice of reason on
Pastor Mace.
You know?
Mason.
Pastor. Yeah.
This Mason background just chilling during all the events.
Right, yeah.
He didn't even jump in for his boy.
Right, yeah. I mean, what's it like? You guys, I mean, that thing could.
Mace over here. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I'm just here to be a part of it.
Like, I don't know what the Samoan population is in New York City. I know there's some in Philly because that's where Alpha School used to be at. But you know, I'm friends with I'm friends with Samoans that don't watch wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, they like, you know, like you disrespect like that. That's typically what happens. And it wasn't like a Will Smith thing where he smacked him like, you know, a guy that's like way smaller than him. Like Jay Uso's a former football player, a big guy, but I mean, you know, dude was like actively talking shit, you know, and
pull him across the booth.
Right, yeah. Like, God dang, man. Like, it's got me wondering too, because Cameron is Mr. No Snitch. If I see this dude call the police or file charges on this shit, I'm calling bullshit on that, you know.
He said,
"Here's the thing, though. You mentioned Samoans, Chris. If you got a keen eye, if you look at Gerard Brown's background, okay, we talked about how bad the booking has been, how crazy this storyline has been. What if, Chris, what pulls this all together is your man, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Then will you say this has been a successful story, Chris, if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is at night one of WrestleMania with Randy and Cody?
You need to throw whatever you can to salvage it. It's not going to save it, you know. Like, I don't think you can, there's much you can do to save this angle. The only thing you can really do is take Pat McAfee out of it, you know. Because what they've done now is now I actively want to see Cody Rhodes win it just so I could not see Pat McAfee anymore. But that's not like how this should be. Pat McAfee is like kind of turned himself into the main guy. Not from any charisma or anything like that. Not from like being a compelling character. He turned himself into the main guy because he's so fucking annoying and stupid and says dumb shit. And like, it's like even like the cool shit he says, it's like yeah, that might be true, but you're just not the delivery guy for that message, you know? Like, why don't you just if you're gonna do that shit, just put CM Punk in the story or just put somebody that can deliver that Pat McAfee message better than Pat McAfee can. Because for Pat McAfee, he just really sounds like fake and phony, you know? And I think I could think of at least um not I could think of at least 3 other guys in that company that could probably pull off the same thing and do a better job of it than Pat McAfee.
Well, if to me it was like if you were going to do this story where Pat and Randy are this 2-man power trip and they obviously have the blessing of somebody high up, it should not have been Pat McAfee that was in that position. Like it should have been if this is like the Board of Education versus Cody Rhodes, like the Cody Rhodes versus the juggernaut that is TKO, then it should have been Stephanie. Like if it's not going to be The Rock, it should have been Stephanie.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the upper
somebody that has
people.
gravitas.
Yeah,
Pat McAfee ain't got no gravitas.
Right? Yeah, it's got to be The Rock. It's got to be Stephanie.
As much as I would hate to see him involved in an active angle, Triple H would have been better than Pat McAfee for real.
Yeah, Triple H would have been better. Anybody else would have been better.
Night 2 is going to be ass kids. Don't enjoy the show.
Yeah. I mean,
you're basically resurrecting the Authority. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna have to nix that right away. I'm sorry. Well, I'm jerking. Stay in the back.
At least with Triple H, there would at least be some history there. That why? Because I mean, Cody Rhodes did talk a lot of shit about the guy when he wasn't there. Did a lot of subtle, even with the shit where he hit the throne and all that stuff, it could be like, okay, I understand this a little bit better. What the fuck has Pat McAfee ever done to, what has Cody Rhodes ever done to Pat McAfee? Like, why are you getting like this? He bored you with wrestling? There's like so much other wrestling you can watch, you know? There's New Japan. There's TNA.
Like Tony started a whole other company. If you don't want to watch WWE, you can watch the whole company.
Yeah, there's like it makes no fucking sense. Like it just makes no sense on any level. I could have dealt with anybody else doing this, and Pat McAfee, when he's not being like a goofy dork, because you could deal with goofy dorks and be like, oh, he's cool, you know, whatever, you know. Kind of like, you know, having Screech as a friend, you know, or someone like Sly off of California Dreams, or, you know, one of those kind of people, or Sheldon off of The Big Bang Theory, where, you know, it's like, yeah, he's a dork, but he's also cool, so that's why we keep him around. That's the character Pat McAfee is.
Okay.
He's not like the guy that's like, it'd be like if Screech made a heel turn and stayed permanently like that. Like if after Screech caught Zach kissing Lisa, if the rest of Say by the Bell was Screech trying to seek revenge on
and teaming up with AC Slater,
yeah, just fucking him over like that.
Slater's his Randy Orton.
Yeah, it would have made for a very unentertaining show, you know. And I think that's just kind of where we're at with the whole Pat McAfee
just
thing,
Mr. Belding. It was me all along, Zach. It was me all along.
Yeah. So like, and I think, and this is what The Rock and these people are not counting on. If you put The Rock in this storyline, The Rock's coolness isn't going to spill over to Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee's dorkiness is going to spill over to everyone else involved in this shit. Yeah. I can tell automatically. It's the writing is on the wall, you know.
Randy Orton feels like an afterthought in his own main event, and that should not be the case.
Right?
He really is. Yeah.
Yeah. He feels like the second player, man. You know, Like,
so let's go around the horn one last time and get our grades, our scores for our excitement level for WrestleMania. We'll go from 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. What is your current excitement level for WrestleMania this weekend? And we will start with Jay Lacey. Jay, 1 to 5, where you at, brother?
I'm at a low 3.
Ooh.
I'm at a low 3 because I am looking forward to WrestleMania because it is what it is. This is what we look forward to. The build up. I'm interested more now in the events surrounding WrestleMania, so I'm interested in hearing about some of these other independent programs that are going to be happening around the Las Vegas area. So, and then just hearing about the fallout after the fact, because again, I shouldn't be more excited for the Raw after Mania than I am the actual event, but that's where I'm at. So I'm being generous with a 3.
All right. Jay Lacey going with a low 3 for his excitement level. Gerard Brown, with one show left to go before WrestleMania, where is your excitement level from a 1 to 5?
I'm going with a 4.
Okay.
And why am I at a 4? It ain't the booking.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't the story. But I'm excited to see a Trick Williams get on this WrestleMania card. On his first year, not even full year on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad to see a Mello 2 years in a row get snubbed. At least he had a shining spot on last year's SmackDown, winning the Andre. But I digress. It could have been a triple threat. And so I wish he was there, but it's cool to see Trick doing his thing and getting that shine, not only on ESPN and doing his thing like that. Oba getting that opportunity. He better win. You see Lash and you see Nia doing their thing as a tag team, carrying those belts into Mania. There's a lot of black talent out there. I miss Naomi. I'm craving to see Naomi again because we literally stopped at the hottest point we could have with that. I'm thinking about Bianca Belair and hoping to see her post Mania too. Folks that I'm hoping are on that horizon, but for black talent, we're going in and we are looking pretty nice. I can't complain this year when it comes to Mania, and so I'm excited for those opportunities coming up for folks, and I'm excited then to talk with you all on Saturday, live here. Right on the Nefarious Media Network, covering a live stream of the whole Saturday show. And then Sunday, it's going to be a tight 60, as we like to say. It's probably going to be a good 20 on the whole night 2, maybe 15 minutes covering all of WrestleMania. And then what is the future of wrestling coming forward on Raw and SmackDown and to come after? We're going to have some fun chatting about that. That's what's got me really excited about WrestleMania. The community. Because at the end of the day, it could be a party, but if you got the right folks there with you, you can still have a turnout and still have a good time. So, and I got the right people already with me, right around me as we speak. So we're going to have a good time come this weekend. So it's a 4 for me. It could be a 5 if the booking was there. But we too busy putting our wives in the Hall of Fame, putting ourselves in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, man, hey, you know what? Shout out to Bad News Brown finally getting man. I was happy when I heard that, man.
And they're doing that legacy wing with a little bit more respect now too, because they at least are telling the family and inviting them to the show. Whether they go on stage or not is another thing. Bad News Brown should have been in there for a long time ago.
Years ago, 100%.
So Gerard with the 4 for his excitement level. I'm gonna go next because I feel like Chris is gonna hit us with that Stephen Strange and be like,
acknowledge it
with that 1 score. But I'm gonna go with Jay. I'm at a 3. I think like Mania is Mania, man. Like it's whether the build has been good or bad, like the night of, it's going to be fun, especially doing the live watch here at Nefarious, like that Oba and Brock. If they book it properly, I think that has the potential to bring in some new eyeballs, particularly showing on ESPN for that first hour. I think it's weird because this whole card feels like it's been infected, some matches aside, like Oba and Brock, but the majority of the card has been infected with that women's mania disease in terms of the build, except for the women's matches. Like the women's matches actually feel thought out this year versus previous years, but the rest of the card, it's like the logic kind of falls apart with a lot of the booking. But that being said, Cody and Randy are going to go out and have a great match,
Mm-hmm.
Punk and Roman, the Z-Bros, they're going to do what they do. That's going to be a fun match. That ladder match with Javon Williams and them boys, that's going to go crazy. Seeing Trick, like Gerard mentioned, like at his first Mania, like that's going to be a cool moment. It's a lot of good talent in this company that has been underserved by the creative crew behind the scenes. And I'm sure they'll find a way to spin it on Unreal to make this seem like the greatest WrestleMania of all time. But I think the actual matches themselves will deliver more often than not. And yeah, we're gonna have fun talking about it, man. I may or may not have some beverages during the evening, but we're gonna make it do what it do. So I'm gonna give it a 3. Chris, where are you at with this build? I know you a lifelong Pat McAfee fan. I know you just bought a Dodge Ram 1500 pickup truck. What is your excitement level for WrestleMania on a scale from 1 to 5 going into this weekend, brother?
Well, I'm switching. If I was a truck driver, I'd be switching to Ford. But I'm interested in night 2 a lot. I do think that Punk and Roman are gonna have a banger match. I'm interested in Jey Uso way more now than I was before this morning. You know what I'm saying? I did not expect to wake up to him throwing heads at Cameron. It could be kayfabe. It doesn't feel like kayfabe. Like I just, like I said, I have vivid memories of 20 years ago. And just that kind of shit so I think that. So I'm probably night 1. I don't really know the matches outside of the Oba match and the Cody and Rose. And it sucks because Cody and Randy, they're gonna have a decent match. It could be even be a great match, but it's gonna be decent at least. I'm like at a 3, probably 2. A 3 out of 5, right?
Yeah, that's higher than I expected from you, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna do. I try my best with this shit. I'm gonna, I'm gonna try to and I'm objective when it comes to like the other stuff. The build for Cody and CM Punk, not Cody and CM Punk, CM Punk and Roman has been decent. I don't think it's been perfect, but it's been, it's been compelling more weeks than it hasn't been compelling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what kind of disappoints me about night 1, because I was like, I went into this WrestleMania when they made the match between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. I was like, okay, so they're just not going to go do anything experimental this year. And I was able to live with that. I said this to you guys. I was like, I can live with both of them. I've always wanted to see Cody and Randy Orton fight. I just didn't think they were going to, take my fucking ice cream sundae and make pissing on it be the special topping. I didn't know they were gonna do that shit. If they didn't piss on the ice cream sundae, it'd be okay. So yeah, I give it about a 3. And I'm not, like I said, I'll probably be joining y'all. This will be on purpose. Halfway through the show.
You're already calling it.
Well, yeah, I think because I still haven't enabled the ESPN app on my television yet. I don't know.
I'm sure there's a tutorial with R-Truth and Dan House, and that'll tell you how to do it.
Because DirecTV stream is doing it differently. It's not like, even when I buy AEW pay-per-views on DirecTV Stream, you can't buy them through HBO Max. You have to buy them through Amazon. So and then for I followed all the DirecTV Stream directions to get ESPN, and I'm not able to get it. I might have to either buy Hulu Plus again or get YouTube TV, something like that.
You lied to us, Cody Rhodes, on those many ESPN commercials they aired this month. It's so easy. It's undeniable.
Well, I mean, Triple H, I think he's admitted that he still doesn't understand how to do the shit. So, I mean, they're
Steph,
going to have to get.
Can you fix the TV, Steph? I can't get the pay-per-view.
Yeah, they're going to have to get that in order, you know.
And it is a little bit misleading too, because it's like even if you got the ESPN app, you don't get WrestleMania for free just because you got the app. You got to pay for that, cuz.
Oh, they're making you pay for WrestleMania?
Because they make it sound on the commercials like all you got to do is sign up for the app or buy the app, and then WrestleMania is free. Like, cuz that buying the app or putting the app on your TV gives you the opportunity to purchase WrestleMania, Chris.
Oh, well, yeah, that changes everything, man. Because I'm not purchasing this shit. I'm not doing that. If there's a way to I can't
I think there is a way but it's like a higher tier, I want to say. But it's not as easy and streamlined as it could be.
Yeah, I think I got the tier where it should be free, you know.
Yeah,
so,
it's not as streamlined the process as it should be.
Right, yeah. So yeah, and I've
got VPN.
Yeah. And if I add my Hulu Plus,
this is the way.
Back, yeah. And if I add my Hulu Plus back, I had the Hulu bundle. So I mean,
okay.
Shit, hopefully all that stuff works. But yeah,
okay.
I'm hoping they do right by Oba. It really doesn't make any sense to have them lose on Saturday, just because it's like they put all this work into the guy, you know.
Yeah, but we've said that before, but hopefully they learn from past mistakes.
Yeah. But I mean, they've got like the thing with their roster this year. Even though Javon is off to a slow start, I do still think he's gonna be in the main event scene if everything is not if we live in a colorblind WWE, he should be main eventing with it by 2028. You know,
I'll say he's got time. He's still young.
Yeah, he should be doing. Yeah, and then Oba and Trick are like.
I think Oba's the surprise. Like I knew they would get behind Oba, but I didn't know that the audience would be as into Oba as they are, and so it makes no sense to put Brock over him.
Yeah, to me, he's like a modern day version of like Sid Justice, Sid Vicious, all that shit, you know. Because the thing with Sid is, all you had to do was like look at Sid, and that dude was over, you know. And I think that's why so many wrestlers hated him, is because Sid didn't really give a fuck about wrestling and shit, but
he was like Nikola Jokic. It's like, this is just my job.
Yeah, it's his
I'm
job.
Just here, but this funds my softball leagues, you know.
Right, yeah.
This makes my new softball kid.
Yeah, but the thing about him is he just had so much charisma, and he just looked the part so easily. And not everybody can do that, you know. Not everybody can just be like, and that's what Oba is Oba's a guy that can because Sid Justice, Sid Vicious, you could put him in any company, he was going to be over. He went to ECW and he was the most over guy in ECW. You know what I'm saying? It was like
just doing a power bomb.
Right, just power bombing motherfuckers. So I mean, that's Oba Femi. Oba Femi is like, you could be like, and ECW was always trying to be like counterculture and shit. But when Sid got there, they were cheering that motherfucker. Like,
if Oba ever develops that whisper screen promo, it's over for the game right there. It's over.
Who's about to debut against Chris?
Look, we talked about Sabu earlier. If Chris shows back up with the Sabu joint, pointing to the sky.
Oh,
dang,
no.
Triple H took Chris out. TKO got them shooters, cuz.
They said, you got one more word.
Ari Emanuel was like, no, son.
They let him have it, gave him the drop.
Like, cut the feed, Pat. Cut the feed. I'm on it, Ari.
I'm gonna put this feed out of here.
I guess that's the universe telling us it's time to end this episode, fellas. Time to wrap things up for another exciting edition of the Kings of Sport. As we get Chris back on for our final goodbyes. Yeah. Chris, did you enjoy your meeting with Ari Emanuel where he told you stop talking shit?
Yeah, that was my wife calling me. She was calling my Android. Okay. My Android is connected to this tablet. I told her to call the not my Android. My iPhone is connected to my tablet. Told her to call the Android. She didn't.
The man got two phones, one for the pod and one for the job.
Yeah. One of them is for students, and then the other one is for friends. But
Okay. Mike Vrabel had two phones too, one for the team and one for Diana Rossini. But that's
right. Yeah.
A conversation for another day, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing it full circle, Gerard Brown. So let's go around the horn one last time as we close out this edition of the Kings of Sport and let everybody know what plugs or anything of that nature we got. Chris, we can start with you, brother. Would you like to tell us what you got going on, man, where people can find you and what you got going on these Substack streets, brother?
So I got this article that I just wrote on Jaden Ivey. What?
Oh, damn, I was trying to go with it.
Yeah. I got this. I got this article I wrote on Jaden Ivey.
Good try, Jay.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
You good, Chris? You good, Chris?
No, okay, it's cool. Yes, I got an article I wrote on Jaden Ivey. I got an article on what's going on in California's jungle primary. I'm still I've been talking to a couple people about starting a wrestling Substack. I just I don't know if there's any money in that though yet. That's the thing where I'm trying to figure out. There's money in political Substack writing. I don't really know if wrestling fans are spending money on intellectual wrestling articles,
Mm-hmm.
So
the way to do it, Chris, is you get on there, you cut a promo. Hey, my political Substack is ass. My wrestling Substack is 25% off.
Right?
Listen to it.
Yeah. Just bury one thing for the other.
Just bury one thing to problem another. It's like, why doesn't this work?
Is that? Because that's what they were saying, that this was WCW 2001 booking, and maybe so I think so, because nothing made sense about it. Another conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Jaden Ivey piece is the one that's I forgot to tell. I'm gonna be doing a Substack live with Andra Watkins. She's New York Times best-selling author. And it's going to be on all this Christian nationalism that's going on at the moment, and how it's affecting elections, and it's the whole it's the whole thing. So watch that on Substack live this Wednesday. 9 a.m. my time, noon Eastern time.
Okay. Definitely have to check that out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Shout out to the professor for all the good work he's done. Glad you could finally make it tonight, Chris.
Yes. Again, sorry about that, man. I wanted to. This was an episode I really wanted to do, and of course, fuckery.
The fuckery. Yes, and stay tuned. Again, we ain't forgot it. People been asking. We ain't forgot it. At some point this year, hopefully by the fall, we gonna launch this political show featuring Chris and others possibly. But it's needed. It's necessary, and y'all gonna dig it whenever we do it.
Is it called Chris Tuckery?
the Tuckery with Professor Chris.
Yeah, I've got something else going on outside of the network too.
Okay,
so hopefully, we could get both going at the same time.
Okay, this man Chris got things going.
Right now, I'm working from home, so like I'm not going to be doing this forever. So I want to take advantage of being home as much as I can.
This man like Pat McAfee, he got multiple revenue streams, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But get you a Dodge Ram today.
Yeah.
Jay Lacey. Shout out to Jay Lacey for stepping in last minute to do production tonight here on the show. And Jay, just a little tip, because I don't know if Ray showed you this. When we leave tonight, just hit the theme music at the bottom. It should be like the outro music. And then, you know what I'm saying, throw the logo up there for the people watching on the YouTubes, and then we good to go. You shouldn't even have to throw up the logo. You should just be able to take us out and the logo will be there. And hit that theme music. But Jay Lacey, where can people find you on this very network, and what you got going on, brother?
Yeah, you can catch me up on Instagram at Jerek_wins. That's all caps, JEREK_wins. On Instagram, same handle. On Blue Sky, I'm a little bit more active on there now too. So got my login back for that. You can catch me occasionally on the Post Wrestling channel with on Collision Course. I've done 2 episodes with good friend of the program, Kate from Montreal. So I should be doing that next month as well too. So as well as all the other programming here on the Nefarious Media Network. So you'll catch me doing some other programs. We got Ring Theory at the end of the month, recapping everything that's happened since the last episode, the pay-per-views with AEW, Wrestlemania as well, and going forward into the other events from there. So other than that, it's a perfect segue to hand it off to my tag team partner downtown, Gerard Brown.
Gerard Brown, what you got, brother?
Catch us here on the Nefarious Media Network. We are doing this drive for 500 YouTube subscribers, 500 Patreon subscribers. So it don't cost you a dime, it don't cost you a nickel. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button right below. And hey, hit that bell notifications. That way when we go live, when we dropping this knowledge, when the political show dropping, when all this goodness is coming out, you can hear about it first. It's the place to be. We're gonna be doing the WrestleMania watch along on Saturday, like everybody else said. Like I already said earlier. I gave my pitch earlier. I said, hey, come find us on Saturday. Come find us after WrestleMania on Sunday. We're gonna have some thoughts and opinions. If you like what you heard here, we got way more for you.
Oh yeah,
well over 15 episodes, watch alongs, other things. A year going. And a year more to go. So hey, years to go.
I was gonna say the contract coming up, cuz.
No. Years.
Like, well, Gerard, we've had a chance to look at the metrics, the numbers you and Jay have been putting up. But we wish you the best in your future endeavors, sir.
Catch us on the Poison Rana. What are they doing? What's J-Rod? What's up down, Gerard Brown?
It's like, wait a minute. These guys don't work here. What are they doing?
No,
you know why we're here.
You know me, but you don't know why I'm here.
Hey, yo.
That was Ricky Starks gave us one of those shits when he debuted in NXT.
Yeah, he did.
And then you found out his name was Ricky Saints. Like
I guess we didn't know you, Ricky.
I still have to understand the WWE's like keeping a name logic. Yeah, because I don't understand how Jacob Fatu, who wasn't that popular, gets to keep his name with
you telling me he got to change his name.
Right, yeah. Ethan Page gets to keep
my
his
name. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, hey.
Dog walk you.
Yeah. I thought that shit.
dog.
Yeah. I thought the beatdown segment with Drew McIntyre and him was kind of lame too. I thought it went
I
on.
totally
Maybe,
forgot that match was part of this WrestleMania. That's how
Unsanctioned.
it's
yeah.
unsanctioned.
It's-
Anything could happen.
They said it was the first unsanctioned match. They've done this kind of shit before.
That's the second
Then-
one.
Yeah,
That's the second
like
one. Yeah.
because and they did like with Roddy Piper and Goldust when they were doing the OJ Bronco chase on I think it was the
Hollywood backlot brawl.
yeah. That it was I think they were on the 405. They might have been on the 91. But yeah.
But regardless of where they were, Gerard Brown is going to be right here until his contract states otherwise.
Oh yeah.
We appreciate
and I'm applying for media for the AEW thing too. So.
Oh yeah.
Lord help me, Gerard. I don't know if I could be at a show for that fucking long, but I think if they approve my wife, I'll be joining you.
Now here's the thing. Because we all know, as Jay alluded to when he was at the press scrum, the power of looking at Tony Khan directly in the eye, Chris. So what I would want you to do if you are at the scrum is you got to make an entrance, right? Everybody else sitting down in their little journalism seats. Chris, you got to be the one to roll in like Professor X on the mobility scooter. Like,
yeah,
Tony Khan, I've got some questions for you. And then he'll be like, oh shit, is that the mobility scooter? You're like, yes, it is. It's time to pay the piper.
It's not that one. This one is a foldable one.
Okay,
and I don't and I sometimes use different walking aids when I go places, just depending on how I'm feeling. Was it hot inside of Crypto.com arena when you went there?
It was comfortable. It was
cool.
Really comfortable.
Yeah, because if it's cold, I'm gonna be weak and not be able to move good. But if it's hot, I mean, if it's cold, I will be better. If it's hot, I'm gonna be fucked up.
No. It was comfortable, and I've been to the site that they're going to in San Jose. I think that's where the Sharks play.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where they had the Raw After Mania where you dipped out early.
Yeah.
I went to the Raw After Mania on that one, and that's a good venue, man. So that's
the
cool
famous Mania where Chris left.
He's like,
it lives in legend.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, again, like, I know it didn't happen this way, Chris, but in my mind, I picture you like Jerry Maguire. Just, you know what? I'm sick of this, Triple H. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? And all these people that pay for their seats is like, fool, we paid $300 for this damn seat. We ain't going nowhere. And Triple H got Chris again. So let me wrap things up. You can find me here at the Nefarious Media Network on social media. Black Nate on IG, BLAQUE_N8. Nate Mosaic on Twitter, because I'm still on Twitter, even though I really don't use it that much these days because Elon has destroyed the app. Nate Mosaic 757 on Blue Sky. I'm on Threads too. So I'm all the way around, man. And as Gerard mentioned, keep watching, keep supporting if you dig what we're doing, because we are still in the midst of the drive for 500 Patreon subscribers, which will do a lot for us in terms of production and bringing new voices onto the network, improving kind of our setup here. Like, I do need to get a new laptop on these streets because this one is hanging in there, but it's almost the end of the line.
Same here. I got to get a laptop or a tablet. There's this new Microsoft tablet that's supposed to be like an iPad Pro.
Okay.
So I could, when my wife is trying to interrupt me podcasting, I can disable her calls temporarily.
Okay. But yeah, like, that'll go a long way towards helping us. And 500 YouTube subscribers, which gets us halfway to monetization. Last time I checked, we were getting close to I guess Chris's wife is calling him again. She's like, I heard that you ain't gonna disable me. The greater good I am the greatest good you will ever have, Professor. But we're at close to 200 YouTube subscribers now. So keep it going, man. If you're already subscribed, share the show with your friends, man. I got people at work that have listened to the show, and they tell me it's good stuff, man. So keep supporting the network. We're trying to do some big things. And if you're into wrestling, join us back Saturday night, man, for our WrestleMania watch party. I'll be here. The Ring Theory crew will be here. Two-Way Ray may or may not be in the building if he's brought the Lexus back by then. Sure, Steve Willie and some of our other friends on the network, maybe even some guests from outside of the network will be here. And if you are subscribed to the Patreon, we'll drop a link so that you can join us if you like. We've had some listeners join us in the past for some of these shows, so it's going to be fun. And then the Tight 60, as has been advertised, on WrestleMania Sunday night, coming up late night with the fellas, reviewing and recapping all that's going down in Mania. And if that's not enough, if that ain't enough, the following week, Sunday, we'll be on the NWA podcast over at Post Wrestling with our thoughts covering Mania, but also the Raw after Mania and also anything that goes down with AEW. And there's more, but wait, there's more. Feel like Billy Mays on these streets. That following week as well, Ring Theory will be back with another episode, and you know them boys got a lot to talk about, so stay tuned for that because class will be in session. But for everything, just subscribe to us on the socials, and that'll keep you in the loop. So for Chris, for Gerard, for Main Event Jay Lacey, for the prodigal son, Two-Way Ray Williams, wherever you are, Ray Williams, this has been another edition of the world's most dangerous sports show, the Kings of Sport podcast. Want to take a quick moment to give a tip of the cap to a good soldier up in Toronto, my man Lou, who is not feeling well. Get better, because the world definitely needs you. And we're going to be back at some point Saturday. I just told y'all. We're going to be back on Saturday with our WrestleMania watch party. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be fun. Like I said, man, the way this build has been, Jay, I'm like I said, man, I might have me a couple drinks during the show. I might even come into the show already pre-lubricated, if you will.
Right. Yeah.
So who knows? It's going down, though, Saturday night, man. Be there or be triangular, as that man Jeff Hardy once said. So for everybody here at Nefarious Media Network, hope everybody has a safe and wonderful evening. Appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight or listening in the future. Trying to think, is there anything else we need to say? Nope. All right. So everybody enjoy WrestleMania week. If you're out in Vegas, be safe. And if you run into Vanessa Shark, say hi. Tell her we said hi as well. So for everybody here at Nefarious, I think I've done this wind-up like 3 times already. I can't finish my promo. I feel like Pat McAfee. So for all of us here at Nefarious, I am the Godfather Nate Milton. See y'all later. Because you've been down with the Kings. Hit the music, Jay.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?